Here we go.
10 seconds. Roger. 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks good at NASA launch. Roger. BCS arm switch is on. Okay, Victor. Landing rocket arm switch is on. Here comes the throttle. Recovery breakers in.
Wow. Salad cream. Woohoo! There we go. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
There we go. There we go. We've got some small guests on tonight. Small guests. Well, who am I kidding? It's a very big guest. And it's yeah. So just say hello to Dave at Toy-Polloi, and there he is, and our vintage Dave. There we go. He's our vintage Dave. I don't know why he's our vintage Dave, but
hello,
he is.
hello.
So.
He was on our first show, wasn't he, Dave? Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's a bit of a regular.
He is.
Twice.
Yeah, well, when
he's like the peak best of Universal Shabby Reviews.
Yeah. It's, when we can't get Luke, we get. I'm joking. Oh, right then. So yeah, let's kick this off. There's people. There's quite a few people in the chat. Apparently,
Is there?
That's what
Who's that?
That weirdo. We've got Jody. Hello there, Jody. Biker's here.
Biker.
It's going to be about half an hour just going people saying hello.
Biker Jody.
Biker Jody.
Jared Berry.
Jared Berry.
Hey, Jared Berry.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Another awesome guest lineup.
Scuba's
here. Mr. Thompson.
Days.
There we go. Jolly good company indeed. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Dean's here.
Hey, Dean.
Didn't Dean have a great time last week?
Yes, he did.
He had a
great time at the end.
Oh, yeah. He was so, ecstatic. We'll have to get him on again. We'll have to get him on again.
Had a better time after we went. We didn't go live.
Oh yeah, backstage. Yeah, we were talking till like the day after.
Yeah, it was sort of forever. Yeah.
We'll have to go on Dean's, won't we? One day, won't we?
Yeah.
Oh, bit like Dean.
Bit like Dean.
Yeah, let's go through these.
Hey, DTM.
DTM said Dave, well done. There's a lot. Apparently, there's a lot of people taking the day off work. You know, in the States today, the people have actually booked their day off.
Want to watch it?
Yeah, no, I've got a few messages. I've booked Friday, because it's a bit later on in the day.
Oh, it's early for them, isn't it? Yeah, it's 3
o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock. It was 12 o'clock West Coast.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
John's here. Oh, what are we going to do next week? Because there's football on Friday. What's going to happen then?
Yeah,
it'll just be. I said before, it'll just be me and Matt.
Yeah, just be us two.
Yeah. Well, we can play our Sega games that night, Matt.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, get a Mega Drive.
Yeah. Oh, so as I was saying, it's Dave is, well, both Daves are here. They're both very good restorers. So, if you want to ask any questions regarding, how do I fix Chewy? I didn't, Dave. I didn't purposely.
Like that.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
That's
Just like that.
It's like the bionic.
Bionic Chewy there.
Yeah. But I didn't break.
I could give you a Vader arm if you wanted to do sort of half and half. I've got one Vader arm,
Cyborg arm. Yeah.
Like the bionic Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I didn't purposely break him for the thumbnail. He's been broke since I was about 12. So
yeah. Well, there's a great video. I said to you, great video to fix it.
Standard state those ones. If you've got one without his arms off, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I know. I just played the hell. I used to spin the arm around like a helicopter. But I don't know. I'm going to send you this, Dave. See if you can fix my big track.
Oh. Do you know what? Someone else gave me one of those, and I ended up giving it back because the
I know.
Were just like, I have no idea what that does. So
no. Is that one that stumped you that, Dave? Is it?
It's anything electronic. If it's not like, Star Wars level where it's just a motor and some batteries and some lights. If it's got a circuit board in it, that's just I think that's another skill set completely. I like the plastic things,
the boss.
Yeah. Is there anything, Dave, which you've kind of like gone to shoot a video and gone like to fix something not electrical, because you've just said it, that's not your forte, but is there something where you've started doing a video and you've gone, sod it, I'm not going to be able to do this, just kicked everything off the table?
I've occasionally started filming things and broken the thing like so hideously. I've just gone and put it to one side, like not intentionally breaking. I've just done something that's just made the thing worse. And I put it aside for like a year just because it annoyed me that I did it, and then I'll come back to it and I will film it again properly. But like with fixing anything, things don't go your way all the time. Stuff goes wrong. Yeah. Actually, I did a video the last couple of weeks with a quite a rare Thunderbird 2, a Japanese Thunderbird 2. I think I left in all the fixes in that because the first time I fixed it, it broke, and then I fixed it again, and then it broke again, and it was only the third time of doing this thing that it actually worked. So I left all of them in because I think it's nice for people to see. Yeah,
learning curve, isn't it?
Things go wrong. A lot of the time I show stuff that I fixed many, many times. So when I do it, I know exactly what I'm doing and it just works. But on the stuff that I've never done before, you'll always come across, something that just doesn't do what you expect it to do, or some bit will you'll fix one bit and then another bit break. I think I've got one Action Man. I did the old talking Action Man, not like the Blue Pants era, but like the original one, has a bit of cassette tape in it, and you pull it and the cassette, it pulls, and I mean, it is just the most finicky thing. And a friend of the channel sent me one that he picked up at a charity shop that was already smashed to pieces. So I glued it back together, and every time I pulled this thing, it would just smash itself back to pieces. It would literally tear itself apart.
I did try fixing the because you did the Imperial troop transport. I did it, and it worked for a couple of presses, and then it went off again.
Yeah, those things are quite finicky. Anything where you've got a strong spring or something pulling something, they're quite just temperamental, and especially if something has already been smashed up before, where you're gluing it. Your glue joins are only as good as the glue, and sometimes even the glue is stronger than the bit you fix, so it will break elsewhere. Yeah. You just have to admit defeat and put it together so it looks nice and go, that'll do. And at some point, hope you'll find another with the bits unbroken.
Because there's certain transformers I keep refixing, like Mirage's torso.
Yeah, always breaks. I did a video on replacing it with Lego because Lego is much stronger than what was in there.
Do Lego reps when they see you? Do they sort of quiver and hide because they think you're gonna destroy some Lego?
I send my videos to Lego and never get a response from them. I assume it's just they see them and go, "That's not what we want."
Because Lego can bring out a little like Toy-Polloi repairs kit with all the little bits in a set.
They could have me as a little minifigure. I would absolutely love that with a little spanner or something. I think that they're missing a trick because there's a market for it. Surely
there's a few aerials in it, a couple of aerials, some other bits in there, and perfect bits for fixing stuff.
I think they're missing a trick. There's a market that they haven't tapped into that they should certainly go for.
I'd buy the Toy-Polloi Lego Fix-It kit.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? So would I, because there are so many pieces in it I know that would be useful.
Yeah, it would.
Hey, Vintage Dave, you're not missing making videos this past 2 weeks.
I know,
No.
I've a Lego headed.
Is that it?
Let me just show. What was that? Dave? I'll make it big. Woo. Oh, sorry.
There's a Lego biker scout for you.
Yeah, remember those? Yeah,
that's where it all started.
Yeah, that was the first one. I mean, it's. I would never go down the road of because you had the big the chromanizer that you had that you bought the big
the chroming kit.
The chroming kit.
Yeah. I didn't buy it. That was actually sent to me by the company, the guys who make that, and because they thought it would be a good thing to sort of showcase. And that it's really complicated. I've only used it a few times because it's sort of almost beyond me. I did use it on a transformer. I used it on Ravage's legs to nickel plate them, but it's so complicated. You do feel like a proper lab sort of worker with it. You have to wear a lab coat and goggles and everything.
Yeah, and gloves.
I've seen when you do try to do the electroplating, is it? Electroplating, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the kit. Yeah, it's just
it's complicated.
It takes a long time, and I prefer get the old Molotov pens out and just do that on it.
Yeah, that's so much. You paint them and
are brilliant.
As long as you don't touch it for a few, like a day, they're fine, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess that there's in your process. There's like a lot of time waiting. It's like you put the chlorophyll in, and it's a lot of time waiting.
I was trying to work out a sort of a slogan for another set. I do badge sets that I give to people. I've got all sorts of ones with like cheap and cheerful and fiddly bits on. And I was trying to think of one because essentially often I say to Mrs. Toy-Polloi, I'm just waiting for paint to dry. And that is most of the day sometimes. I'll paint something and I'll stick it in the airing cupboard and go for an hour and wait for it to dry. There's an awful lot of waiting for glue to set. And
So what will you do, Dave? Will you make about 3 or 4 videos a week and then... So in other words, you'll finish one off, start another, like that?
No, I generally work on 2 or 3 projects at once.
Right.
And we'll film a bit on one and then reach a point of I've got to wait for something. So I'll start filming the next one. Or I'll get to a point where I'm waiting to find a part or a missing piece, or I realize I haven't got something.
Yeah.
I'll order, and that takes a few days or whatever. I've just filmed a project for the Icon convention in a couple of weeks, and I think that probably took about 4 weeks to film the video because halfway through I needed a spring that I didn't have, so I ordered it from China, and it took sort of 6 days. So I three videos at once generally I've got on the go.
Wow.
And I have boxes I can show you down here of when I buy Chinese takeaways, I keep the boxes because this is all part of the project. So in this one is the remains of a couple of laser light Skeletors.
All right.
Because that's the project I'm pending on. I'm just waiting for a load of bits to arrive from a guy in the States. So that's another project that's almost on the go, but stuff like this lying around of what I'm about to work.
I guess there's a lot of waiting for pieces to come, and maybe in a couple of months I can finish that one. And
it's all about that. It's like patience. Yeah, exactly. Patience is a big part of collecting, and patience is exactly the same for fixing. You just have to wait, and I have projects here that I've probably been waiting on parts for a year because I just can't find the bit I need. It's just it will get done, but I'm not in a rush. I
was going to say most of Shabby's vintage stuff is knackered, isn't it?
I've just got that big box full of old bits, and I've got a massive tub, Dave, just full of old Star Wars pieces, just all of them. So
it's travelled transatlantically, all your stuff, though, isn't it? So
it was no, because I brought it to the States with me, but I had a Kenner Death Star parts in there. And I thought, how did they get them from England? I must have found them at a yard sale or something, because it was full of like Kenner Death Star parts. So
I think every toy collector must have a box of bits, potentially good bits. I think it's you always buy a job lot of something and see a figure in there and think, oh, I'll just put that by, and your box of things that look interesting grows and grows. You can't see here because I've hidden it behind the camera, but my room is just full of piles of things and bits and projects because I see the potential in too much stuff. I think I'm sure Dave's saying that you see a lot of stuff. Yeah,
There you go, yeah.
This is
Oh,
some
that's
GI
big,
Joe or action
wow.
force pieces. So I've just
Yeah.
been like Dave is saying, I've just waited for some parts to arrive, and they have arrived. So I shall put this together.
Yeah.
And then the other project that's ongoing, I did a part 1 video, but it's the all these Mego
Of course,
Batman
yeah.
figures.
Yeah,
All
so yeah.
I have a box on the floor exactly the same, just piled high with Mego bits, because I've got the ones I've finished, but then there's all the other ones that require a leg or a hand or or a boot or something, and those are they'll probably be there for a couple of years, but I will find a boot at some point. You'll be the same, you'll get Batman's glove or something, or do you order from Dr. Mego, the site in the States?
I have actually, and I have a box down here that's come from the US, full of all sorts of goodies. So I'm very fortunate. I have a friend who lives out there. So what I do is I just purchase loads of stuff in the US, have it shipped to their address because, for example, it's much cheaper. And also on eBay US, quite often sellers only ship to the US. So you get a much wider range of things to find, especially if you want to find spare parts. I find the US is much, much better for getting spare parts of things than the UK. All that stuff gets shipped over to my friend. He packs it all up in a big box, and that big box has just arrived. So I think I might do a live stream opening of the big box because it's got all sorts of goodies in there, spare parts, figures. There's some nice stuff in there. So I'm looking forward to opening that.
I have to say, getting stuff from the States is always a bit expensive. So I with Dr. Mego, I always wait till I've got a massive load of projects to go for, and then I just do a really huge order, because I think his shipping's not too bad. But if you do a small order, it just ends up being like if you buy the repro stickers from Toy Hacks and that. If you buy a couple, it's really expensive. But if you buy a big pile of them I just wait. I just wait until I've got enough projects to make it worthwhile. But
I've spent so much. I think I've spent more money on the Toy Hacks labels than probably just getting the remaining G1 wave. It's just ridiculous. I love doing it. I love like peeling the stickers off, just sat there in front of the TV maybe, and just like peeling the stickers off, and getting the alcohol, wiping it off, and getting a blade. And I'm a massive geek for doing that.
It's one of those things. It is an enjoyable thing. I like a toy that has enough stickers that it takes like an hour and a half.
Yes.
If it's like 2 or 3 stickers, it's fine. But if there's a big sheet of them and you just look at it, it's like, oh yeah, right. I can sit down, switch off the world, and just go. You've got to kind of prepare yourself. I've got like a. There's a certain. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? It's that sort of relaxing that you can just switch off and follow the instructions and go one after the other. Yeah, I always.
Hey, Dave, what piece that you've done? Not necessarily your favourite, but what piece is done that's most memorable to you, or the one you're most satisfied with?
I don't know. It changes from time to time, because I do quite a lot. I've just finished the GI Joe Snowcat, and that was actually really good fun. That's a recent one, because I got halfway through it and I thought I'm going to customize this, and I put a load of lights inside it and did it, and that was really good fun. I like the ones that are sort of creative from like I've got nothing and I have to make everything. Actually, the Chewbacca I showed you earlier. That one. Is still a really nice one for me, because making the bandolier and the bag, all the bag and bandolier are made from scratch. There's nothing original about those. It's all just seeing some pictures and getting some measurements. And I like those sorts of things where it is a complete you've got nothing, so you really have to be quite creative. I actually just finished another project I can't show you, but it will be in a video soon. The Action Man Solar Hurricane. I've done a couple of videos on, but it was missing. I was missing one final part, which is this little box called I think it's called the Portable Neutron Destruct Pack or something. It's literally a little black box with a lid on it, and they're really hard to find. And someone very kindly had a spare lid, so he gave me the lid. So I made the box from scratch, just using the lid as the sort of the starting. And
wow!
that was just it's those sorts of things I really enjoy because you've got nothing essentially to start with. You've just got to go, you just got to use your imagination and your skills to make them. And I think those sorts of things really, they test my brain because it's not just, I've watched other people restoring stuff on YouTube, and it's their restorations sometimes are just, I've got this broken bit, I bought an unbroken one and swapped it out, and that's fine. That is restoring. But for me, I like the fact of I've got this broken bit, I've got to fix it, or I've got to make something that does the same job.
Yeah,
so for me, that's a much more personally, that's a much more interesting sort of restoration that you do. You can't just swap it out. There isn't a replacement, and I think that's my sort of where I get my enjoyment is that there isn't a replacement. You've got to make something.
You've got to make it from scratch.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, you see, because we know you about your restorations. The two videos for me that stand out on your channel was the Slave One when you put the lights in it was just that blew me away. It was so good. The stickers you put in it, the lights, and then the black snow speeder that you made. Do you know what I mean? So it's funny that because even though you do all the restorations, it was those two customs that I thought, wow, they were unbelievable.
Yeah, I think people like those sorts of customs. I did the Buck Rogers Starfighter originally, the Mego one, and that was quite a stressful project because I was doing that for someone else. A guy got in touch with me and he wanted one done. I did it as a sort of favour for him, but it was that was quite stressful because it's a big thing and there's a lot to do with it. And it's another one. There's a lot of stickers to make. So not only did I have to stick them on, I had to make all these stickers and design them, and that's quite
because you're a dab hand on the old Photoshop and just recreating all those labels. I mean, that's a sort of another sort of thing I really enjoy doing is working out stickers, or finding old stickers and remaking them. It's just it's the challenge. In fact, at the moment I'm chatting with one of the guys who worked on the original Action Men. So he did a lot of the Space Ranger Action Men stuff. So I'm chatting with him, and he's a fascinating guy. And it's really nice to chat with someone who did the original stickers and the original artwork for those sorts of things, because you can hear how he went about it and his processes. And, I can learn from him about how they originally did stickers and stuff.
Did you do the same thing as a kid then, Dave? You didn't just play with your toys, you fixed them up, and is that how your channel became? You did this as a kid with your toys?
Yeah, I think so. I think I sort of, other people have asked me about that. As a kid, I didn't have that many brand new toys. A lot of my stuff came from jumble sales,
right?
And car boot sales. So they'd already be played with and missing pieces and broken, and and so I would, funny, Dave in his box had the Batman, the Mego Batman thing, and I remember getting that. My mum brought Batman and Robin back from a jumble sale, and I remember Batman didn't have his cape, so I think my mum had some blue felt, and I cut. It wasn't very good, obviously, because I was a kid. So I cut a felt cape out and put a bit of elastic on it. And so my Batman had a cape again. And, I think it's just a continuation of that. I never had these things from new as a kid. So just do them again, make them up. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I've got a question for you here, Dave. I prepared something. It's not broken. It's lovingly played with because
it's knackered.
It's knackered. No, and it was something I sort of. It's got insulation tape on. I put it on when I was about 9. My neighbour sort of came round and just decided to put his foot on. I mean, this piece of the Death Star is renowned for breaking anyway. It's the most flimsiest. But how the hell would I get? I mean, it's still sort of some secreted sticky on there, but I'm just so scared of taking it off.
Lighter fluid and lots of it.
Lighter fluid. Yeah.
Basically, soak it and get it under the edge and keep squirting lighter fluid. The glue that will be stuck on with is a sort of a petroleum-based glue. So lighter fluid will dissolve it slowly. And you have to go really slowly and peel it off. Yeah. I did do a video on the Death Star, the Palace Death Star. I didn't have any tape on it like that, but you can remove stuff from that it'll be a slow job, but you can easily do it. You know,
just get get a cotton bud in there and dip a little bit on the cotton bud and just keep running it along.
I did think lighter fluid. I mean, that's the go-to thing. But even at 9, I was like stressed. I was like, it's broken. You know, I mean, I didn't. You know,
I think Dave should mark that out of 10. That fix.
For a kid's fix, I'll give it a 3 because he should have used it.
Right, that's buggered. Look at that. I made that's the chute for the Etruscan compactor, and that's the panel that goes through. But I decided when I was like about what, I can't remember what age, but to make this into a trapdoor as well. so it flaps open, you can fall through. And I've just No, it's not. No, it's not, Matt. No, it's not. It was at the time.
It is clever. I think at the time I would have done things like that because I would have got it and wanted to do more with it.
Yeah.
At the time, you don't know these things are going to be rare and that some Star Wars collector's going to want to spend, huge money on it.
Also, on the base of the Death Star, there's like patches of hamster wee because I used to put my hamsters in there, and they just and it's the ammonia has just like blighted it. Oh, anyway.
Thanks for that, Ted.
Look at that.
That's why I'm here.
Stop questioning me, Dave. How do you get hamster wee off Death Stars? Do you know what I mean?
You know what? That is a question I have never been asked before.
Oh, there you go.
That was a first.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a question for
because my Death Star, when me and Si had ours, it lasted Christmas Day. Got it Christmas Day, lasted Christmas Day. Everything was all drinks all over it. It was battered.
Oh, you heathens. Oh.
So yours looking like that is, amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I got the box for it as well. I mean, I'm amazed I kept that. So, yeah. I also managed to keep hold of the Death Star canopy.
Oh, really? That's the one bit I don't have on mine.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, but it's yellow. It's very yellow. It's very yellow.
Yeah, they seem to go that orangey dark color, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. I class that as a mini rig. Sorry.
I'm guessing that's one canopy, Dave. You've struggled to make yet. You've made the X-wing canopies, and the Death Star one's a bit tricky.
I do have plans to make it, to sort of make it. I've got an idea of how I would go about it, but I sort of it's on the list of many projects, and it's one that requires me to sort of buy a bit of equipment that I sort of can't justify spending money on at the moment. So for now, it's sort of a back burner project.
If you can do the, I wonder if you can do the vacuum forming. I don't know if you've ever done that before.
Yeah,
that's what I would be doing. You can buy a
shrink wrap.
I'm going to say a cheap desktop sort of vacuum former, but they're not cheap. They're about 400 quid to buy an A4 size one. So. When Toy-Polloi is doing really well and I'm making a lot of money, I might buy one, but that's not at the moment.
I think I made an A4 size one, and I just had some picture frame wood, and I had a block, and I drilled loads of holes in it, and I attached my house hoover to mine, and then to warm my plastic up, I just put it in the oven, in my house oven. The wife was not happy, but because I used to.
What's wrong with his cake?
What are you doing? Yeah.
So I used to do a lot of costuming and stuff, Star Wars costuming. I'd make my armor out of bits and do that's the way I do small bits. So it is easy with it. You could do it with quite a powerful hoover, but it's the smell in the kitchen. I don't
think Mrs. Toy-Polloi at all.
Yeah. I'm not putting the food in after that smell of plastic. So
Hey, Dave, what's your favourite toy line to fix, to restore? What do you think? Oh, this is going to be a good one. What's your favourite toy line to do?
I had that written down, that one.
Well, I do. I still like I like fixing Star Wars. It's always. I think just because I like Star Wars. In fact, I filmed a video this week making the Death Star plans for R2-D2. Just because I really enjoy making them, but I love Action Man. Action Men are great to work on because it involves a bit of everything. There's a bit of plastic fixing. There's a bit of sewing.
Sewing. Love a bit of sewing.
But this today's video on my channel was making a cape for Prune Face. I like making, I like sewing stuff and making things. So Star Wars and Action Man are probably up there. My favorite. But to be honest, I like a challenge. I've been doing quite a lot of Masters of the Universe recently, and I like working on those. Really enjoy sort of getting those vehicles working, because they seem to be a bit of a there's a bit of an art to getting them running again. A lot of people don't realise you can, without opening a Masters of the Universe vehicle, you can get them running. So I like doing.
I'm just boys like you and Vintage, and even Matt down there that restore your own. That's probably why I've got a big tub of spare parts. I'm scared to death of touching vintage stuff just in case it breaks, or
I think you have to step back from that and say, if it's already broken, what's the worst that's going to happen? You'll break it a bit more.
Yeah,
a bit more. Already broken. So that's the way I look at things. Like, if it's damaged and you can't display it, you're not going to do any problem to it. And most things, I don't believe there are that many rare toys out there. There's some things that are hard to find, but there aren't that many rare toys. There's lots of things around that you can work on. But I work on stuff that is rare, and I worry about breaking them all, but just go for it.
Yeah, I like the I like fixing the sort of more mechanical toys. So that with Mask, for example, and the Transformers, things that got lots of moving parts and springs. I love springs. So
all those springs.
I love a spring fix.
Loves a spring. Yeah.
I did my Ram Man video that I did recently was probably my favourite spring fix.
Yeah. Wow, that's lethal now, isn't he?
I made the toy I always wanted as a kid. I was absolutely obsessed with Ram Man. I never had one as a child, but I was obsessed with Ram Man. I made one out of felt because, like, I don't know. I just couldn't afford it, so I made one out of felt. And then when I finally got one, when I was sort of 20 something, I finally got myself a Ram Man. It was such a disappointment because it doesn't. It's rubbish. It doesn't.
No. You always reminds me of a soap dish. The travel soaps that you put in. It's like a holiday.
It's such a weedy little thing. It's like, I'm such a disappointment. So I've been wanting.
The new one's good.
I've not got one of the new ones. I've been having too much fun with my sort of customized one. In fact, I made another one this week because it was a friend of mine's birthday, and I thought, I know what he'll like. I'll make him a supercharged Ram Man. So
brilliant!
Did you? So my Optimus Prime, this trailer, I supercharged that.
Yeah.
In the Diaclone version, the thing that shot out Roller went straight to the end, didn't it?
Yeah, I did. I think I did a video on that like years ago because I got a Japanese one. It was like, oh, that's amazing. And then I got my old one out, and it's like, oh, that's rubbish. Right?
Yeah, because you press it and then Roller, he doesn't even make the ramp. Let's roll out.
I think that must be a health and safety sort of issue.
I think it was. It's like the firing rockets as well.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid getting a Playmobil set of it must have been sort of like Hawk Cowboys and Indians or something, but it came with a little cannon that you put these yellow pellets in and fired it. And the first thing I did was fire one into my face, and I swallowed this missile.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And like, I'm sure that you're probably not allowed to sell these things, but I have a vivid memory of swallowing this missile and then being really sad that it just went down the toilet.
Oh god! Oh no! It went in. It went passed through your body.
Yeah. You didn't restore that one then, Dave?
No. I think that one's long gone. It's probably in the ocean.
Yeah, I don't restore crap. But I guess the whole restoring thing. It's like maybe not my granddad, but like people's granddads, or they used to like be in a shed fixing toys and transistor radios. It's just we're those guys now.
I've all of the stuff I've learned here and sort of the stuff I do is because of my parents. My mum taught me to sew and to knit. And my dad taught me to do sort of woodworking and fixing and painting stuff. So it's all, it's all their fault that I know how to do these things. And, it's until my dad passed away a couple of years ago. But up until then, I'd be working on a project and I would phone him up and say, I've done this, but it's not quite right. Especially if it was electronics. He was an electronics engineer. And so if I got something that wasn't doing what I expected, I'd call him, and so he would help me on projects. Going, oh yeah, you've got to do these in parallel, not in series. So it's always the parents' fault. Let's face it.
Yeah.
My father was the same. He was a mechanical engineer as well. He worked on large ships and sort of marine vehicles and stuff like that. He did radar and all that sort of stuff, and he would build models. So he'd build model helicopters and radio controlled helicopters and all that sort of stuff. I think that's where I got it from as well. I just like to take things apart and put them back together again.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like your dad was very similar to mine. My dad worked at a place in London, the National Physical Laboratory, sort of a government thing. And in the summer, a treat for me on the summer holidays was to go into his lab, and I would spend the day unsoldering components for him. So he'd be working on something, and I'd be sitting there. I'm sure it probably wasn't good for me because all lead-based solder and things like that. I would sit in his lab unsoldering components all day long, and I loved it because it's that sort of manual, doing things. And other people probably thought I was an idiot. Like, why aren't you playing, doing stuff in your summer holidays? No, that was my enjoyment. Was that sort of,
good training, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good training for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of amazing people in the chat. It's I've never seen.
I've not been reading it. It sort of keeps flashing by at the bottom. But
I know.
He's doing his best.
It says it's so fast in the messages.
Thank you to all you new people that have come as well. Thanks for checking us out. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks for coming watching us. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's all the rumors about this stream about we just talk about gravy and pies. It's half true.
We do talk about toys. Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
Well, we should ask. Mr. Toy-Polloi, do you put gravy on your chips?
Oh yeah.
I prefer curry sauce personally.
Curry sauce.
Curry sauce. There we go. Yeah.
It's still a sauce.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Matt's on his
I like
own
a dry
one.
chip
as well.
Dave. I'm a dry chip man myself, so I like a dry chip.
Yeah, we're a big north-south divide in the English lads here, and all us northerners we can't understand why they don't put gravy on chips, and all the southerners are like, why on earth would you put gravy on chips?
There's nothing moist on chip. No, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole again.
If it's batter sausage and chips, it's curry sauce. But if it's fish and chips, mushy peas. That's the
Mushy peas.
Oh yeah,
mushy peas. Yeah.
Now that's something we can all agree on. So
you wouldn't have great gravy on fish. Doesn't really go, does it?
No.
Here's a question. Here's a question from Steve. He's changed his name to Lord
Mavalda,
which is which means evil in Spanish. I looked it up this morning. Have you got a Holy Grail item, Dave?
Oh,
both of you.
There's plenty. Yeah, it's for me. I've got a constant list of things I want to get. There's a couple of Action Man. There's an Action Man sort of bunker. I think it's called the Command Base that I had as a kid. I'd love to get that again. And then I've got a couple of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons figures that I still need to complete. Again, it's another childhood one. I had the shield shooter version of Ogre King, and I found a photo, like a childhood photo, of where I'd made the Fortress of Fangs out of Lego, and standing on top of it is my childhood Ogre King shield shooter. And I've got one without any weapons, but I've never found one that I could afford with weapons. So that's probably my top grail item at the moment. But to be honest, I've got hundreds of them. I'm sure Dave's the same. You must have, no matter how big your collection is, there's always more that you have.
And it changes all the time. I don't have a single grail item. It changes. I would love to have some of the original 12-back Star Wars figures on card. That would be really nice to have some of those, and maybe some of those early, Star Wars items. It just changes. It changes. To be honest, I'm just looking for a Falcon right now. If I could find myself a really nice Falcon in a box, I'd be really happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not as if I've got a spare one up here or anything, Dave. Well, I didn't say that.
Well, that's what I was saying about the restoration before, because I know obviously Dave's restored Falcons, and Jack at Django Brain does. Mine's up there complete, but it really needs a good clean. But I'm so scared to, do you know what I mean, damage something or. But someone said the Falcon's one of the easiest ones to restore. Is that correct?
It is. I would say that and Slave One are the ones I've got. I've
got Slave One too there.
Yeah. I think actually in my garage at the moment, I probably have the remains of at least 3 Slave Ones and a Falcon that are just I slowly amass parts to, because they turn up all the time. And the Falcon is a pretty easy one to fix. There's not much that goes wrong with it. It's built to be battered and sort of banged around. So,
used.
I think the hardest parts to find are still the ramp struts. They're hard to find, but everything else is relatively sort of easy.
Training ball. I found that.
I've had that for years.
I found my training ball. I lost it about 10 years ago, and then I had an old pair of wellies in the shed. And
is that to be in them?
It was stuck. The training ball was stuck in the groove in between the treads. I must have stood on it and then walked outside. I was like, "Oh my god, is that a training ball?" Oh my god, it was just weird. Things are fine. Things are fine. Jodie asked a question about getting a bit of, I wouldn't say hate, a bit of criticism for like, oh, you can't restore that, you should leave it how it is, and the whole reproduction using labels and things. Did you get any sort of? Well, you do. I've read your comments.
Yeah, I get a fair amount of it. It tends to only be from a certain sort of section of Star Wars collectors. They're the ones who really seem to have a problem with it. But everyone else, just wants to see the toys repaired. And I think most people, it does. I would say it depends how you collect. Certainly, for my level of collecting and my type of collecting, I buy broken toys. I've always bought broken toys because I don't want to spend a lot of money on stuff. So fixing up a broken toy, you're not devaluing it in any way. If it's broken to start with, you're adding value to it and you're getting the enjoyment out of fixing it. So I think some Star Wars collectors who are at I'm going to say the higher end, or who like very mint things and likes, and are happy to spend lots of money on it, don't like to see things fixed because they always seem to believe that there'll be someone out there trying to rip them off further down the line, or because you're fixing things, you're out to rip people off.
Yeah,
and
but
I don't think that's, for the people who I chat with and who get in touch with me from my videos, it's mainly people who say, like, I've got a loft full of my childhood toys that are well played with. I want to give them to my kids to play with, so I want to fix them up to start with. And that's exactly what it's all about. So Star Wars collectors, I get a bit of hassle from, and I've said it many times. I will leave people's comments on my videos if they don't swear in them. I don't have any swearing on Toy-Polloi. That's
that's fair.
Sure. I've never had a comment about repro parts or me fixing things that doesn't involve some swear word. So they automatically get deleted. And it's so if you want to leave a comment on my video that's against me fixing things and against reproduction, just don't swear, and I'll leave it there for you, and everyone can read it. But and if you're abusive towards me, you'll definitely be blocked. That's that's by the by. I can understand why people don't like reproduction, but for my level, and I think for many people's types of collecting, it's not about how perfect it is. They just want to enjoy their toys. And
one of my things, Dave, is a lot of people poo-poo it, but I've got no problem touching up figures, just touching them up a little bit if they're worn in the hair or something. Or I mean, I've got a few. I've got no problem with people doing it. I do it. Okay, I've tucked a few out, but that's your own collection, isn't it? So if you want to make
your own collection. I don't know why people are so concerned.
You can touch up, but you can't. If you resell it, then you've got. But then I'm probably never going to resell my vintage stuff.
That's you wouldn't. One thing said to me is, "What's going to happen to your collection when you die?" And honestly, I'm not going to be here. I don't care. All I know is that for all of my life, I've enjoyed my collection and I've had fun with it. And if I buy a figure that costs me £1 and I spend 5 hours fixing it up, that's probably the best £1 I've ever spent, because I would have 5 hours of enjoyment from doing whatever. And I think I can, as I say, I can understand why people don't like it, but really, and all of these toys are degrading and falling apart. Toy entropy is a thing. If you collect Action Man, there's not a single blue pants Action Man that hasn't had its head fall off. That's just the bit that holds the head on is made of rubber. It breaks. That's
that's the way it happens.
You have to fix it. If you collect Masters of the Universe figures, it's getting harder to find them without their legs falling off, and so you have to fix them.
Yeah, I've changed my heat bands. I've got new heat bands and a lot of my vintage ones.
Yeah,
Just got to.
There's room for everybody, I think, in this community, in our industry. I mean, there's room for high-end collectors, there's room for restorers, customizers, the lot. I mean, it wouldn't be a thriving community without all of those kinds of different people in there. So it's slightly mad. And
makes it more interesting, doesn't it? Collecting.
And as I showed you earlier, that's the rule.
Oh, there it is. There's the handbook.
Yeah. It's a very quick read.
It's because it's not. Brilliant. There is no rules. You know, just do what you want. Enjoy your hobby. It's a hobby. And if you're ever getting cross and angry with your hobby, it's the wrong hobby for you. Go and do something else. You know, if your toy collection makes you cross, or if someone else's toy collection makes you cross, I think you probably need to take a step back.
I mean, people go fishing for a hobby. I would never go over to a fisherman and go, "Oh, you're doing that wrong. Stop fishing incorrectly." You know.
You got the wrong reel on that rod.
You got the wrong one there. Yeah.
You got the wrong one there.
Yeah. And I think what Dave is saying also about the fact that these toys are just degrading. You know, give it 15 years, and I think, you know, that the world that we're in is going to be very, very different. Yeah. And, you know, the discussions about grading and having things locked in boxes and stuff like that will be, hopefully by then we would have solved all those issues.
It's like get the environment. It's going to get warmer, and it's bound to get warmer, and it's bound to the sun's bound to get stronger, because we haven't, you know, these things you got to think about. I mean, I dread the day that bubbles start falling off the vintage carded figures. It's going to happen one day. It's going to happen.
Yeah, of course it is.
Glue's going to go, isn't it? So
yeah. I mean, all the stuff degrades. I mean, cars degrade. You know, metal, which you would imagine would be stronger than plastic and card and stuff.
You're right. Look at me at 45. I'm battered.
Yeah. Question for vintage.
It's not the years; it's the mileage, isn't it? That's the
mileage. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
The people who collect, the one that makes me laugh the most is people who buy mint in box items and then get them graded. So it's a mint in box item in a graded box. To me, that is Schrodinger's toy, because you don't know what it's like in the box until you open it. It could be a pile of rubbish. You know, everything in there could have degraded to nothing. Yeah. Or, you know, but you'll never know. It's this sort of so if someone is buying a graded boxed item that says on the, you know, on the outside it says it's, you know, a 90 or an 85 or whatever. Actually, what's inside it could be nothing. It could be just a pile of broken.
The graders are not going to open it, are they? Have a look.
Yeah. There was a question. Sorry, there was a question from David Well Toys, and I didn't want to ignore him. And he subbed as well. So thank you, David.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I think the question was, do I only collect vintage? And the simple answer is yes, but the more complicated answer is that there are some modern pieces around. I have some of the Stan Solo pieces and what have you, anything to sort of complement. But primarily, I have the sort of passion in collecting vintage. That's what it does for me.
You got no worries about pre-orders at all, have you, Dave?
No. I
don't start with that.
I don't get stressed about all that.
Last night.
We're not talking about pre-orders today.
I had to FaceTime Matt to get it off my chest, because I didn't want to do it on the live stream about the picture. I had me shouting at him in his ear for about an hour.
I'm trying to find a Bodhi figure on to pre-order, and he's shouting at me. I can't get one. I can't get one either.
Well, just like when we were children, you have to wait. Like we used to go into the shop, and you wanted that particular vintage figure, and it wasn't there. You'd have to wait till next time.
I know. Yeah. You're all right.
This hobby for me is a way to relax. That's what it's about for me.
We get stressed. It's not.
I come home from work. In other words, I come upstairs because I work from home these days, and then I'm in this room and I can do some restoration. I can do some cleaning, sorting out whatever it might be. I don't want to be worrying about pre-orders or going to 20 shops to find things. That's not what that's not what I'm about.
I've decided now. When things are in stock, I buy them. If they're not, then that's it. So I just don't.
But this was one of the best reveals they've done. And it's funny because usually, you watch the Hasbro reveals. Oh yeah, that's okay, that's all right. But this one, every figure was like, oh, I need that. And so I mean, I'm such a hypocrite. I've said to you lads how many times I'm not pre-ordering. Then straight away I'm pre-ordering. So stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I bet both the Daves have never pre-ordered anything, which is like.
I know how lucky.
You're gonna live longer.
That's not true.
Look what he's done to me. I'm only 26. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I did buy and had to wait ages for is actually some of those recent Masters of the Universe Origins figures.
All right.
Getting
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Took me ages, and then once I got one together, I've now got 3 of them because I did go a bit crazy and just sort of buy a couple more. But I think,
do you like them, Dave? Are you happy with them? Oh, me and Matt are big fans.
I think some of them are really nice, and other ones are on the poor side. I actually think He-Man and Skeletor are okay. Skeletor's face is horrendous, and I think the new version with the 2 versions of Skeletor's head is even worse than the first one.
Really?
But I think Man at Arms and Beast Man are great.
Yeah.
And then I think paint applications are shoddy at best.
Solder.
And the 2 female ones, the Teela and Evelyn, I actually had to buy a second Teela because I broke her arm within a minute of getting her out of the box. So I think, like all modern toys, quality control is.
They are designed to come apart, aren't they? Origins, they're designed to swap limbs and.
They are, but with Teela, if you bend her the wrong way, you can slice her arm apart. Like with the plastic in the body is so sort of sturdy, and the plastic in the arm so soft, you can slice her arm off. I mean, it's really easy to do.
Really backwards.
Yeah. Crikey.
But no, I don't pre-order. I don't, I'll wait. I wait till
we mentioned chips and gravy, Nick.
I think today I think they've got the new Eternia Guard coming out, the Man of Arms figure, but it's got a face guard over it, and it's got different body armor. That's an exclusive to America, but we're getting it. I think. What else is there? Smiths have just got the new Merman. Is an alternate Merman. And Fisto as well. He's on pre-order.
None of them have got this.
Hey.
Oh wow! Let me just see that. Oh.
Prince Skeletor.
Prince Skeletor.
Yeah.
I'll do it, Nick. I'll do it.
That's a prequel figure. Yeah.
It's a prequel figure.
That's a limited edition. That is of 1. No one's getting that one.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So have you got any I mean, I hear that Shabby collects Black Series or something. Have you got any Black Series or anything, or the TVC Star Wars?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No. I did for a while. I'd say up until about maybe 10 years ago, I did buy quite a lot of modern Star Wars, but it just does nothing for me. In fact, I just gave away all of my Force Awakens stuff. I didn't have much. I think I had 3 vehicles and a few figures, and I sold them to someone for his kid because his kid wanted them, better, more than I would have wanted them. I think the last Star Wars stuff I seriously collected was actually the Episode 1 toy. So back in '99, I actually really liked those because they were proper Star Wars figures, limited articulation, not many weapons, and the ships were quite good. And after that, it started going downhill. Everything was posed in a weird way, everything was sort of posed like that, and I just gave up with it. And again, modern toys with their articulation. Who wants articulation? I want 5 points of articulation. Especially, that is a figure.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Got mine.
I do occasionally buy things, but I'm often disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's only since knowing Shabby and Matt. I mean, I had a few sort of Black Series figures which I bought for my son, and now I'm like, I'll just get the ones I want, Darth Vader and things like that. And now the Bad Batch has come out and go, well, I've got 2. I'd have to get got to get 5, haven't I?
Buy much Transformer stuff because I find that is very disappointing. Modern Transformers.
I've started buying the movie series, but
86, yeah.
The 86 stuff. But primarily, I've spent so long sort of trying to with Transformers. I think there's a certain gauge where I would stop, like about 86. Like, you know, I after the 86 movie, I think some of the Wave 3 stuff was day glow, and it was ridiculous. They were bricks. So I've spent like a lot of time, sort of probably about 20 years, just catching up on like Wave 1, 2, and some of the Wave 3 stuff, and just restoring that, but not, you know, I've had things bought for me, like Transformers Armada and the Energon series in the early noughties, but I've only got one Transformers masterpiece,
Right.
but I do like the look of those. But
some of it grabs me. I have to say, I collected all of the sort of original Transformers up till about 10 years ago, and then decided that I didn't like most of them, so sold off most of the later stuff. I think the only later ones I kept were, I've got here Scorponok on my sort of on the side.
Yeah.
But it was sort of the early G1 era sort of stuff, and then once they started doing Headmasters and things like that, I gave up. And that's what I don't like. But then I bought, when the new movies came out, I started buying all the movie toys, and I really liked those up to a point, and they just started getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh God!
Them, and they would break, and it's like, right, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, I've only got one. I've only got one of the movie ones, and this actually, this is a masterpiece. Baver's, Barricade, and I've transformed it once. I can't. I'm just scared to transform it back. It's so complicated.
I think
complicated.
I have some of the larger. I think it must be from the second movie. Is it Dark Side of the Moon? Is that the second one?
Yeah.
I've got Sentinel Prime, like the big Sentinel Prime, and to be honest, I transformed him a couple of times, and it's so complicated to transform.
Yeah.
I just leave him in vehicle mode because I just can't be bothered. It's too much effort, and I'd end up having to find the instruction sheet because I can't work it out. You get stuck at something.
Yeah, or going on a YouTube, someone like, try and do it. Yeah.
Super awesome. That's what I do. Every time I try and transform, I watch Super Awesome Geek shows.
I have shelves here of Transformers, and if I ever have to pack them up, I've got to transform them all into sort of vehicle mode.
Scary.
The transform.
Yeah.
And it would take me weeks because I'd have to look up the instructions. All the old stuff I can do, easily.
Yeah, there's
anything
5
modern,
moves and they're done.
Yeah, anything modern, it's going to take me at least 2 hours per figure.
Yeah,
to what the hell this? What does that do? So I gave up with those as well. I think after the third movie.
I think it's the when Transformers didn't resemble like a Lamborghini or a Fairlight Toyota or a car model, a plane model that was an F-16. When it was just like, here's a space car. They kind of I kind of lost interest a little bit.
I like things like Soundwave turns into a cassette player. Absolutely love it. Megatron into a gun. I've got a great story with Megatron. One of the first times I ever went to Japan, I think it was when they just reissued Megatron, in the Encore Wave sort of boxes.
Yeah.
And I bought it in Japan, but he's packed in gun mode. I didn't want to open the box.
You can't get it through, yeah.
So we were in the airport, and I had it as my hand luggage because I thought this is going to be a real problem. So it went through the X-ray machine, and obviously everyone was like, "Oh God, there's a gun! There's a gun!" So they pulled me off to one side. I got it out of the box, and the guy goes, "Oh, Transformer!" like this. And
Megatron.
And so they packed it up and put it in the secure hold for the whole journey. So Megatron was classed as a sort of secure hold weapon. But the guy, as soon as he saw it, was like, Transformer. So I did get it back, and it was never opened until it arrived back here. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's
why. I think this is a world record, this, lads. We've gone 59 minutes actually just talking about toys on this stream. How weird is that?
How strange.
Yeah. We've never done this. Look at that.
I've got some questions about EastEnders. No, I'm not. Oh,
talking of Japan, though, those are some of my favourite videos of yours, Dave, because I have a fascination with Japan. I've never been. I would
Yeah,
love to go.
yeah.
It's probably the top country on my list of places to visit.
I think if you're a toy collector, it's the place to go, and not just because they have amazing toys. There's a different attitude here. You know, if you say to someone, "I collect toys," you know, most people will sort of look at you a little bit odd and think you're a bit. They don't really understand that it's a hobby. Whereas I go there, and you know, we meet all sorts of people, and you know, we've got different friends out there. And you say you're a toy collector, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's really interesting." You know, and it's because they can understand that, you know, here hobbies are football, drinking, cars. You know, that's a male hobby. You know, what most people would see as a hobby. There, they understand that a hobby is just something that you enjoy doing. So when you go there, you know, I think me and Mrs. Toy-Polloi have probably been more than 10 times now, probably nearer 15.
Oh, wow.
We try to go every year. We've got friends out there, and since doing sort of running Toy-Polloi, I now have toy friends out there so that I go and meet up with, and a guy called Ishi who runs a shop, Toy Cat Showcase. We always go out and meet him. We go out with his family for dinner, and you know, and we swap toys because I know the toys that he can't get in Japan, but you know, things that are relatively common here, and then I can take them there because he can't get them, and he can find me rare Japanese toys. But yeah, Dave, you should go. It's an eye opener, and the toys that you'll find, you'll just be blown away. They do toys so much better than we do.
I'm surprised you haven't been, Dave, to be honest. I thought you would.
No, well, I probably, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably would have gone because I really wanted to go. So I'm waiting for things to clear up, and then I think I'm on a plane.
Yeah, we had a holiday booked last year, which was, you know, we were due to go end of April, beginning of May. So just when everything sort of kicked off. And as soon as it's back to normal, we will be flying out there because I've got money in my pocket, and I've got piles of toys here ready to give to my friends over there that I've been collecting for them. So, you know.
What are the prices like for toys in Japan, Dave?
It depends what you're after. If you're after Western toys, then they're really high because some things are hard to get. So Star Wars figures used to be a bit, you know, vintage Star Wars used to be a little bit cheaper, but now they're high. But like the stuff I like, you know, Micronauts, Microman, varies, but you can't get them here. So you've just got to buy them. But you can buy cheap stuff as well. You know, they still have Toys R Us there. I think the last few times I was buying. Oh, I do buy modern. There you go. I bought some modern Star Wars figures called the Metal Collection. So they're about half the height of a normal Star Wars figure, but they're made out of die-cast metal, and they're lovely.
I've seen those.
Yeah, they're really nice, really well made. So I bought loads of those, and I occasionally buy Transformers there because Transformers are much better quality in Japan than they are. For some reason, the Takara Tomy versions are always much better quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, the more you hunt, the more bargains you find. And also, if you know people out there, trade is the way I would say. Take stuff that is easy to get here, because, you know, there it's not so easy to get. So I always take vintage Star Wars stuff because it's, you know, it's still relatively easy to get here, and I'll trade that for rarer Japanese toys.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Maybe we should organize a trip and go out there together. We could have like a toy guys going to Japan. The two Daves visit Japan.
Yeah. It's fun. You know, I know Jeremy, who runs the YouTube channel Tokyo Toy Bastard, is a good friend of mine, and he's given me some tours around there. We always meet up, and you know, he shows me new places. So visiting with another toy, you know, collector is always good fun because they know different things, and are also collecting different things, so you can sort of hunt for your, you know.
Yeah, because there's probably lines of Star Wars stuff out in Japan. They just release only in Japan, didn't they? You never see it in the rest of the world. You get a lot of lines.
Those metal collection things, I think you can get them elsewhere, but they were predominantly a Japanese only release. And I bought like loads of sew-on patches and stuff one time. You know, there's a shop here called Uniqlo. It's a Japanese shop, but it's a sort of a clothes shop. And I get T-shirts there that you'd never see here because they do sort of old Star Wars T-shirts, and they're doing these Star Wars sort of iron-on patches. I just bought loads of them because they're so nice and so sort of unique to Japan.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in Japan, Dave? Because it's a strange place, isn't it?
What toy wise, or just in
No,
general?
just generally.
What bars have you been in?
Well, you see all sorts of odd things. Certainly, just walking around the streets, it's food is still we get given odd things. I've had like I eat most things, but I was given raw sea urchin on sushi, which is revolting. That's that sort of odd stuff. But yeah, their culture is very different to ours, but they're much more open to people doing their own thing, and they're very polite as well. So I don't speak any Japanese. I know very little Japanese. I say please and thank you and that, but I'm obviously foreign. I'm way taller than anyone there. So any shop I go into, any toy shop, you just sort of smile and point at stuff, and they'll come over and help you. So it's
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lovely place, and I miss it. Mrs. Toy-Polloi and I miss when we're not there. If we could, we'd live there. I think.
Oh yeah, it'd be toy heaven, wouldn't it? It'd be toy heaven.
Toy heaven, yeah. Oh.
Scuba.
Oh. Yeah, one of my favourites repairs you've done, Dave, was the Action Force, the killer whale, the hovercraft.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That you had just the shell, and you kind of rebuilt the whole thing, didn't you?
That was one of those toys that was a challenge. It's I don't do much sort of G.I. Joe Action Force stuff.
No.
They're the sort of things they aren't. I don't think they're toys. They were never designed as toys. They're like model kits. They're so detailed and they're so complicated. So everything is liable to break on them. So I've just finished filming the snowcat, and that's the same. It's just stuff on it breaks, and they're lovely. But if you play with, that's it. They're done.
Because I remember having one of those dreaded flaps on the back of the engines. I just come up with that design.
I've just filmed a video on this, which is the ATV.
All right.
The 4-wheel thing, and that is also, I don't know, everything breaks on it. This one, all the clips are broken off, and it's lovely. But the fact things move, and it's not a toy really. It's a model, and I think
display piece. I
think as kids, possibly the plastics on these things are degrading, so they get a lot more brittle over the years. And I think with these, they're very brittle now, and just it's almost like look at it and it will break. And the killer whale is like that.
Oh, Josh's son can teach us Japanese there.
All right.
When we all go over, there we go.
Nice.
You have to teach me some things, because I really know nothing. I just know how to be polite, and I smile a lot, and that seems to get me a long way.
Yeah. I guess because we're what's the song? Big in Japan. The song "Big in Japan." I guess when we all go, we're kind of big in Japan because we're all these huge tall guys.
Yeah, you notice. So I'm 6'1" and I tower over most people.
What 6 foot? What is funny is that you don't, because I've been watching you for years, and we never know how big these YouTubers are. I mean, we know you're a big YouTuber, but we never know how big you are. How tall are you, Vintage?
Oh, I'm much smaller. I'm about 5'7", 5'8".
Oh, there you go. I see. I'm about Dave.
See, I'm a small YouTuber.
Yeah. Me too. small ones.
I'm a small YouTuber. I look up to larger YouTubers.
How long have you guys all been running your channels now? What's the sort of length of time you've been doing this?
Well, we all have our own separate channels. I've been doing it for about, I think, a year this month. I think next month, sorry, is a year I've been doing it. But we've been together doing a live stream for a while now, haven't we, boys?
Yeah. I've been doing YouTube for about a year and a half. Seriously, I started off and just didn't, for a few months, just didn't. You struggle at the beginning, and you get serious and you learn a bit. Yeah. So
I think I put my first video out in April the 26th last year. So I spent like 20 years in. I'm a TV editor, Dave. So it's right. All this work just drops off, and it's like, good, I can edit something I want to edit. That's going to please me and not some suit in an office upstairs. So yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's such a nice outlet to show you what your passions are, and I sort of started. Well, I'm core sort of vintage Star Wars really, but I've been going off on tangents, haven't I, lads?
Yeah.
David, I think you're the same as us, aren't you, Dave? About a year.
About a year.
Yeah, it's about a year. I started at the beginning of the lockdown.
Yeah. I think most of us did when we started it through that. So it's been fun. I enjoy it.
I started a bit early, but that's when we all sort of kicked off and we started getting serious about it, wasn't it? We sort of got to know each other, I
think the lockdown has actually had a sort of a big effect on YouTube. It certainly made a lot of people have time to do these things.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to meet each other and built this community. It's great.
Yeah.
So
it's been great. I certainly, when it started, it being locked down, I produced a lot more videos, but just because there's nothing else to do in life, and I think a lot of people have that sort of stuff.
No, it's it was just a bit of a godsend, really. I mean, lockdown was terrible, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't have met any of you guys here.
Yeah, that's true, Tess.
Yeah.
And it's nice though, because like I said, we've been doing it for a year, and we've already got Toy-Polloi on. Next year, we're going to have Jennifer Lopez on. That's how big we're going to be.
It does make me laugh when people sort of think I'm something special. I'm a normal man who's just been fixing toys on YouTube.
But you say that, but we've all been watching you for years. Do you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? But you are special to us because you're the guy that we always watch, and your restores and your customs. Everyone in the chat will be the same way. We've been watching you for years, so maybe you don't think you're special, but you are to us.
No, that's nice to hear. But to me, I'm just a normal chap. I sit in a little room. My wife does laugh at me because I'm up here talking to myself most of the time. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm filming. I'm just a normal guy. Who fixes toys, and I'm nothing special. Let's put it that way.
Well, I just really appreciate you and Dave, both of you coming on. You know?
Yeah. Well, so when did it all start then, Toy-Polloi? What made you start YouTube? What was it? Something you saw, or just?
I've been fixing toys most of my life, but I've been doing this now like Toy-Polloi for. It'll be 8 years in January. I've been running Toy-Polloi, but a friend of my wife's had a boyfriend who was James Bruton, the X-Robots guy. He runs a channel called it's now called James Bruton. It was called X-Robots. He makes robots and that and fantastic stuff. I think he has something like he's almost up to 1 million subscribers now. His channel is nuts. But they came over and I showed him my room of stuff and I showed him the stuff I do, and he goes, "People would be interested in this. Why don't you film it?" And I was like, "Well, no, I don't." But he sort of talked me into doing it.
Yeah.
And at the time I started, my first videos are terrible. The quality of them is terrible. My stuttering and bumbling is terrible. But it's sort of, I enjoyed doing it, and it was a very slow process. It took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers. I mean, it was really slow going. And
it's the struggle, isn't it? It's the struggle.
Back when I started, you could monetize your channel right away.
Is it 500, isn't it? 500 you could,
Then it was not with no subscribers.
Really? Was it? Really? All right.
I did that, and I got to the end of the first year, and I'd made $80 for the entire year. I mean, it was just, but I enjoyed it, and so I just.
That's how he got those boxes. He bought it with Chinese and got all those boxes for like $80.
Yeah. So I just sort of kept on doing it, and as time goes by, I've got better at filming. My filming is still rubbish, and my production quality is still not amazing.
It's top notch.
I'm not that fussed about it. To me, it's not the quality; it's the content.
I've always said that. I've always said that. Exactly right. Yeah.
I know people spend a lot of time making some of their videos, and they love it. I don't have the time to do that. So I make nice intros because my day job is sort of doing computer graphics, so I can do animations and stuff. And,
hey, Vintage, did you hear that?
Yeah,
I've been saying to Dave, I'll do some graphics for about a year. I've done everybody's graphics here, and I haven't done Dave. hey, you can ask Toy-Polloi.
Yeah, well, I might have to do that. Might have to do
I was
that.
going to say, Dave, because your graphics are they're very professional. Yeah, they're very professional.
Well, my day job is I'm a computer graphics artist. I work in the games industry and make graphics for games, and that's what I've done all my life is make computer games. So, because I'm old school at this. I mean, I'm probably I made my first game when I was 15. So, I'm properly old school at making this stuff. So
was that you were like a Spectrum coder or a Commodore coder?
It was on the Atari ST and the Amiga was my very first game.
What game was it? Was that published? Was it?
Yeah, it was published. I left school and went to work in Germany for 6 weeks and made a game in the summer holidays and then came back and went to college.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Were you one of these teenagers that driving around in a Ferrari? Because that was
no. I've never made huge amounts of money from my job. It's not. I've never worked on a top-notch game. I've almost worked on top-notch games, but never had that chance. So so my day job is that, and I learned over the years I animate and I do video editing. So all of my intros are just me. Messing about really. They're all based on old TV shows and old cartoons and stuff. Every single intro is sort of loosely.
Well, it's like me because I'm broadcast editor, but I was never trained in graphics, but I know enough to pull something off that's quite okay. That would have been probably changed, apart from someone's graphics who's not here. But you can
tell by your videos so everyone loves them, so they're very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Oh yeah,
very good.
I think if you have a sort of, I think it was a thing I planned right from the start of Toy-Polloi. I had a logo and I had a style to my videos and my channel, and I kept that ever since, so that everybody will if people see my logo, they'll know it's me. That was a thing I really wanted to do right from the start.
And we never nicked your logo. It was never.
You can see what my logo was based on. There is a Palatoy theme to this logo, and I don't use the Palatoy font. This is just a font I've always loved. I think I've used it on many projects. And then to me, toys, this tab hole, that is every time I go into a shop, that is what I see, and so it's always been part of my life. So I just combine it, and that will be me. It sums me up.
So who does the actual voice bit over? Is that a friend in America or something, or a voiceover guy?
It's Ted.
Originally, right at the start, I paid a guy to do me some voiceovers.
All right.
And then a few years back, I was contacted by a guy called Jeffrey Martin Smith, who is a professional voiceover. And I mean, he is a proper professional voiceover. He does stuff for big TV companies and movies. Right. I mean, he is proper professional. And he got in touch with me and said, I really like your stuff. I'll do your voiceovers for you.
Wow. That's great.
So I sort of sent him some scripts and stuff, and he recorded a whole load of bits for me. So he does the bulk of my work.
Yeah,
and then
he's a fan as well. It's good.
Yeah, and then there's another guy who's done a couple of bits for me recently, a guy called John Faust. He, again, got in touch with me. I think, he liked my channel and stuff, and he's got a slightly different tone to his voice. So I think he did the Sapphire and Steel intro, and also my Buck as well. So he did those, and then the scripts for those two are actually written by Gary, who runs the site Geek Force. He's a YouTuber as well. He's got a channel called Geek Force. And
Geek Force, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I said to him I wanted to do this, but I couldn't think of the word. So he wrote the scripts for those two as well. So he wrote the scripts, and these two guys did the voiceovers, and then I sort of animate them and make them look like old rubbish TV, The Buck Rogers one was probably my favourite one that I've done in years. I've been wanting to do that one right from the start and couldn't think of how to do it.
I liked your 18 one. Your 18 one was really good.
Yes.
They're all awesome.
A lot of people think that the 18 one, the sort of the content of the voiceover is made up, and I keep saying no, that's true. I've been kicked off many a forum, and it's all true. And I do live in the Somerset Underground, so it's
Somerset Underground.
I really need to up my game. My logo I knocked together in 5 minutes before I put my channel up. And then I still don't have an intro, Tez. I need to sort myself out.
Go on,
Yeah, it
Tez.
sounds like there's some
I
work.
feel bad because I'm doing a set. I've done 2 lots for Matt already. I've done 1 set for. I've done a 3rd set for Rowlands Reviews.
Yeah.
Just like
It's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem, Tez. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I can't get
So, Dave, who are your favourite toy channels? Do you watch any?
Well, he's a big fan of Mark Shabby Geek. Do you know what I mean?
All of your channels, obviously, I watch regularly. I am subscribed to all of you. I don't get a lot of time to watch.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Watch the stuff. I don't watch a huge amount of toy channels, especially like modern reviews, and a lot of people do modern reviews. I don't watch a great deal of those.
No, you don't collect it, do you?
No, I dip in and out, but I'd say I mainly watch other people's restorations that aren't toys.
Yeah.
Because I get ideas from what they're doing and sort of ideas of how to fix them.
Do you watch that guy's at the bare metal guy who does the cars?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. In fact, he gave me a shout out in his latest video, which I didn't know about. But all of a sudden, I started getting more subscribers, and I'm thinking,
oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
so yeah, his stuff is amazing. I think he is incredibly clever on how to,
I watched that latest car, the one from the Moonwalker film, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
Well, if that works, my next video is going to say Shabby Geek, best friends with Toy-Polloi.
Best friends. Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I do watch. I dip in and out from people's channels. I don't have a lot of time.
Of course you don't.
Between surprisingly making videos takes up most of my time, and actually chatting with people who watch my videos. You'll find out as your channels grow, I probably spend an hour to 2 hours a day responding to people
or comments.
So in the morning, across Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube comments.
It's all those high-end Star Wars collectors. Having a go at you.
So I spend a couple of hours responding to people. I also still have a full-time job and a life to lead. So
and a life,
you sometimes feel a bit guilty when you don't respond to everyone's comments, but it's like so hard sometimes, isn't it? Trying to respond to everyone, especially.
It's really nice that people want to chat to me, and I do really make an effort to chat with everybody, who I possibly can respond to. But sometimes if a comment doesn't require an answer, I'll just leave it. But I really do try to sort of chat with everyone and keep everybody feeling like they're in the loop and sort of enjoying toys, because they're writing to me because they enjoy their toys, and I want that to continue. So at some point I want this to be I would love this to be a job that I could give up. But it doesn't, even it doesn't pay anything what I do. I think people are under the assumption that at a certain level you make a lot of money, and really it's
you have to be a Fortnite YouTuber. There's like 17-year-old kids buying their parents' houses in Florida, in like Miami and stuff. It's like, oh, come on, my lad.
Exactly. 8 years in, and I'm nowhere near anything like that. I'm not young, I'm not attractive, and I think if that was the case, I'd probably have more people following me. But my demographic is essentially you guys, and you're all much the same age as me.
Well, the big thing now is people watching people eat on YouTube now, isn't it? That's the thing, which I've never understood why you want to watch someone else sticking food in that.
What have you been watching? I've never seen that.
I was watching a program today, and they were saying what's the in thing, and the in thing is some people got millions of subscribers just watching. I think it's a lot of like Asian people eating lots of like food and stuff. This especially
that's how you get subscribers.
Just eating food. So I think it's just seeing some of the things they eat as well that are like, oh, I want to eat that. Do you know what
I'll have to start eating some of my vintage Star Wars figures then.
I'll
type myself. Come on, watch Shabby eat biscuits.
Yeah,
you never know. It's so crazy.
Strawberries.
Strawberries,
get your strawberries.
Hey, nothing wrong with strawberries.
Strawberry specials.
Hey.
Yeah. So, a quick question: did we all watch the? Because I've literally just watched it like 5 minutes before I turned the computer on. The He-Man trailer. Have you seen that?
Oh, loved it. Loved
Yeah,
it. Well,
yeah.
but I'm going to
Finding
hold
a
on first
hero.
because a trailer doesn't tell you about the episodes, but the trailer,
No.
we're just talking about the trailer, fantastic. Absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely with like Mark Hamill at the very beginning. That was great. Skeletor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
That was, yeah.
But
So
we'll
that's-
see. We'll see what it's like first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
I'm going to say I'm completely on the fence with it. It did nothing for me,
Oh.
but that's I may be out on a limb there. I don't like the modern style of animation, and often things are best left in the past.
Kind of. Yeah. I just like the music. Bonnie Tyler. Was it
I
Bonnie
think that's
Tyler?
what it was.
Yeah.
I think the way they did the music,
My
and
arm
obviously
hair
that I have the power or the nostalgia kind of it. She done it well, but it's like I said, I'm gonna wait to see.
I thought the animation was okay. Actually, I quite enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I like the style of it.
I think it's the same people that done Castlevania, which is on Netflix. I think.
That was right. I read. Yeah, it's
Fine.
the same sort of style, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Hey, vintage Dave, look. I bought a G.I. Joe.
It's got a G.I. Joe. Look at that.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. See
So I got the Hiss tank, as you saw, which is right there.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And I've never had G.I. Joe, like I've told you before, and I just saw this in the shop yesterday. I went for Black Series, nothing. So I got Duke.
Oh, I saw that. That's when you were going to shoplift, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got to shoplift it. That was Chris's fault.
But I like him. I do like him. I've always been fascinated by G.I. Joe. You've always heard me say it before because I never grew up with it. I never had it. And then you see like Scuba Pete's collections and the Defiant and the US flag. So I thought I'll buy one. But I'm very happy with them.
Should we show? I haven't got because we usually what have we got to show and what have we got this week? I haven't got anything at all. But this,
no, I haven't.
This arrived this morning.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll go first because Dave's got a massive, huge.
No. All I was going to say is I haven't opened this box. Oh, but Luke had his massive vintage haul.
Yes.
Of stuff. So I bought G.I. Joe off of him. So in here is a load of G.I. Joe figures.
I know.
I haven't opened it yet.
Do you know what it? Do you know what it is, Dave? Do you know what's in it? Do you know what's in it?
It was surprised.
Oh right, yeah.
G.I. Joe, he's just said.
Yeah, but which things? I've seen photographs. Anyway, I've gone Sega a bit crazy.
Yeah, I have as well.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. I've bought a game called Xeno Crisis, and it's came out 2 years ago, and it's a brand new programmed Sega Mega Drive game, a bit like Smash TV.
Yeah,
and it's on a cartridge.
Yeah,
so this was made.
Game.
Yeah,
brilliant.
and
I can't wait to get it.
I put it in this afternoon, played about 5 minutes, and I just thought, wow, this is
crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a bit like Aliens, like
it's Colonial Marine, aren't you? You're Colonial Marine, really.
Yeah, it's really good, really good.
Just shooting the hell out of everything.
It's just nice to get a Mega Drive game which is modern. You know,
well, there's
lots
quite a
out
few
there.
In there that these games come out. There's a Streets of Rage kind of version game. I think it's called Paporium or something.
Paporium, yeah.
Paporium, and you get a fortune now, and it's like really clever. They're fighting up conveyor belts, and there's like in a shopping mall, and they're like and all sorts of weird.
But what's going on?
Oh,
that's better. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a better format. 4x3.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you still, Dave? Toy-Polloi Dave, do you still game at all? Do you do much gaming at all?
No, my thumbs are shot from how I've been. As I say, I've been doing this since I was sort of 14 or 15. So my thumbs are tragically pretty rough. So I say I just fix toys. It's a lot easier on the hands.
Yeah.
So
when you were a young gamer, Dave, well, I know what vintage was. But at school, were you a Spectrum or Team Commodore?
Me, I had an Atari 800 to start with.
Oh yeah, posh kit. Posh kit.
And then after that, we went on to a BBC Micro. And then,
nice, yeah.
And then after a BBC Micro, it was a quite early PC, and Atari STs. But what me and my brother really worked on. My brother got an Atari ST, and I got a 512 ST, which is like half a mega RAM. But you know, that's really where we started, you know, doing computer stuff, and I can still do pixel art today. You know, that's how I learned, putting pixels down. And
did you ever? I had the it was a game on the Atari ST where it was you could make your own pixels, 3D. I can't remember what it was. But I used to make my own little animations on those as well.
Neochrome or something like that. Or
yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was. It came on like about 6 discs. And
yeah, they did. They did. There's all sorts of you know, things like that. But that's where I learned my skills was, you know, in a bedroom putting pixels down all the time. So yeah.
So there's no sort of temptation to sort of make a YouTube video about, you know, some retro games, and these are my retro games. You can't really.
No, there are. I'm not going to say what I did as a child, because I did sort of some demo crew stuff and things like that. But there are actually books about my sort of the demo crew that I was in when I was a child.
Oh wow!
You know, because there was a big sort of demo scene around Europe, and me and my brother were quite sort of high up in that, and we're still invited.
What, this book here? No, I'm only joking.
Well, the only reason I don't want to give you the book is because it has my real name in it, and I try to keep my real name off the whole thing for obvious reasons. So
of course,
Hang on, so you're not called Toy-Polloi?
No, my surname is not Polloi.
You've been lying to me for 7 years.
A lot of people think my surname, so I should be called Dave Polloi, and I say that's not my surname.
Brilliant.
So
Now, will small Sega Genesis games work on Mega Drive consoles, or were they different? The cartridges.
They're different regions.
Different region.
So same size, just different regions.
No, 60 megahertz instead of 50 in it as well.
Yeah, and you've got NTSC. Your standard TV setting of there's NTSC.
Yeah.
And we've got PAL. So
we got PAL. Yeah, and the cartridge actually was made so it wouldn't slot in. You could modify some to get them to go in the Mega Drive.
Not tonight, Christian. Not tonight.
Next week.
Next week.
Any sauce he's had is ketchup.
Ketchup. Bit of sour cream.
Oh, sour cream.
There we go.
So I got something I can show you that I picked up this week.
Great!
If you want an oddity, I bought a plush Mr. Spock from the Star Trek the Motion Picture movie.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
He's fantastic.
Oh yeah, he's had the Vulcan neck grip on him. That's awesome, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Oh, nice.
Now, if you want to buy weird crap off eBay, these are really cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I bet they are.
Wow.
Oh, they fell off the back of the Enterprise.
Yeah, he's fantastic though. For a 40-year-old toy, he cost me £6. A bargain.
Oh yeah,
Bargain.
that's right.
Still going well for 40 years old. Yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice to say.
We've had about 60 people in the chat. Oh, 2 people have left. I don't know who they were.
Oh,
it just keeps going up and down. I never really look at it. I always find out later. So, yeah.
So I thought because it was the Bionic trailer, we have to have some Bionic.
yeah, get your
Man.
Bionics out.
Yeah.
Get
Sorry,
Colin Dave.
Look,
Get your Bionics out. That's all I can say.
we've got to show a few, haven't we? Look, here's Mr. Austin.
Oh, look, he's.
Of course, he's got the
isn't
Bionic eye, and you turn which way around is it? That way around, I think, isn't it? And of course, he's got his Bionic arm. Is it going to work?
Yeah.
Have you fixed these, haven't you, Dave?
For it.
There
There we go. Oh. He's going to stand up. Oh, and then we have.
Oh, I love Dave's stuff. Here we go.
Oscar Goldman.
Hey.
Oscar,
Isn't that the best dressed toy ever?
Wow.
yeah.
It is.
I wear that every
Shabby,
Sunday.
have you got a suit like this, Shabby?
I have. I thought that was me.
Yeah.
Did you have a jacket like that?
But what I like about Oscar Goldman, he's got the most amazing accessory, which is his briefcase. And
Oh, wow.
Dave, have you ever fixed one of these?
I was given one quite recently, the exploding briefcase. It's on
Yeah.
my list to work on. So
It's the most ridiculous accessory ever.
I know
But
it's fairly brittle.
It is, yeah. If you pull the handle out and then twist it, then it should open up the. There we go.
And does it explode?
Yeah. If you don't pull it out, then I've got to see if I can put this back in. It's so delicate.
It's really delicate, that one.
Yeah. So I think if you try and twist it without pulling it out, then it will should the top should
go everywhere.
Don't go down the cracks. It'll go down the sideboard.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow, that's blooming air. That's got.
No, that spring is stronger than Ram Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost it, have we, Dave?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Trying to put that back is hard. And then one of my favourites is Maskatron. Yeah. So obviously you can take off his mask.
Face. Oh, this
wow, they look brand new.
I know. Yeah. This always gave me nightmares. This as a kid.
There we go. So yeah, you take off his face and then
that
and then
scare me.
Yeah, all his arms and legs will explode when you press the right buttons. But I'm not going to do that here.
Oh,
it's got a weird attachment there on his arm.
Yeah, but of course, this is only one outfit that he has.
Yes, you've got some great outfits. Yeah, good mate.
Oh, so yeah, you've got some packet.
He's got some lovely ones. Yeah.
So this one is the test flight outfit.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you did remember that video. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like that card. Massive.
Yeah, massive.
I remember the video with
it. Remember, Dave is only 5'7" though. So.
If these were loose, I'd wear them myself.
Yeah,
we get a machine that could make things smaller and bigger. Brilliant.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't wear that one. I'd wear this one, the double denim.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I think you'd appreciate that one, Shabby, with your style. Yeah.
And well, yeah.
Double denim.
Yeah. And then of course everyone's favourite, which is the
wow. Look at that helmet.
Yeah, look at that. Well, the idea of this was, I think, that if you look through his eye, then everything would be red. So it's like you're on Mars, basically.
On Mars, man. Life on Mars.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did they ever do the Bigfoot?
They did. I don't have that one. That one's pretty hard to hold.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, it's the same construction as Chewbacca. I think the arms and legs are sort of basically Chewie's legs, but with a different body.
Oh.
That's right, Andrew.
And then talking of games, I'm picking up a few Atari 2600 at the moment.
Wow.
And then
is this my fault, Dave? Because I've been doing games.
I have an Atari 2600 in the cupboard, but I think I'm going to get it out and have a go and see how it plays.
You got it, Dave. Yeah.
I'd watch that.
So then we got what's that? Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. That is a bloody hard game to finish. That one. It's so cryptic.
Pac-Man.
John, I have that spacing on a Barbie. Brilliant.
Stargate.
Wow.
What was this one? Was this Galaxian? Yeah, Galaxian. So I might do another live stream, which is just get the 2600 out and see if I can just play a few games.
Yeah, get it to work.
Roadrunner.
Oh God.
Have you got an old TV to put it on?
No, I don't. Millipede.
Should you widescreen in 4:3? Be fine.
Yeah. So I thought I'd pick up a few of those, and then this one. Oh, it's a pretty weighty.
Oh yeah.
Pixel Dan book, yeah.
Yeah, Pixel Dan book. I haven't really looked through that yet. I haven't had a chance, but it looks really nice actually. That one.
Lovely.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then Christian at Smugglers, he sent me a little gift parcel, and in there was this. Talking of modern versus vintage, it's awesome. That looks really nice.
I've got that one.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got it as well. It really stands out, doesn't it, on the card?
Yeah. So thank you, Christian. That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And then one of the things I wanted to get from the US in my big parcel, I put in a bid on eBay and somebody sniped me when I was asleep, which is really annoying. And then I tried to find it on eBay since, and I couldn't find it. And then the other day, it turned up on eBay, so I thought I'd buy it, and it's here. It's arrived. So it arrived today, so I thought I'd just open it now. I haven't actually looked at it myself. It's a bit of an oddity as well, so I'm just going to open it.
Better be a
I hope
paint
I'm not
bomb in
taking
there.
too much time here.
Yeah.
Opening packages with Vintage Dave.
Yeah, hopefully it's the right thing. If it's not, then I'm
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, it's one of June's like things.
Oh, it is. Okay, so you know I like my Karate Kid, like the Remco Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did Remco did another line called Remco Secret of the Ninja. Dave, I don't know if you've had any of those figures.
No, I don't sort of recall picking them up. I think I've got. Did they do Rambo ones as well? Was that sort of same makers?
Yeah, so they did this Remco Secret of the Ninja in the style of the Karate Kid figures, and then obviously you get things like ninjas and all these other kind of amazing figures. But one of them that they did was essentially a figure called Commando. It's essentially Rambo. This looks like a knockoff, but it's actually a Remco proper figure from the 80s, and it looks like this.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, that's
nothing
that's like Rambo. Not.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely.
got quite a wide stance.
I was going to be that must be one hell of a horse he was riding.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. He's constipated.
Oh dear, that's so funny. But yeah,
Does it come with a horse? Does it come with a horse?
Oh.
Came with 3 horses.
Have you got My Little Pony?
dear.
Come on,
But that's an awesome figure. I just love this. That's just a big quirky.
Yeah.
But I haven't got his gun, but I'll find his gun at some point. But yeah, I love
if you
that.
can't find a Rambo, that's a good alternative, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Incredible, not Rambo. Love that.
There we go.
Oh.
That's it for today.
Oh, have you got anything? Sorry, Dave. Have you got anything, Mr. Polloi? Call him Mr. Polloi now.
He showed us his spot, didn't he?
I showed my.
Of course.
That's all I've got in new. I did spend quite a lot of money last night on a big pile of Action Man, but that's going to arrive at some point.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And I'm looking at an auction tonight for a load of Action Man bodies, so I may get those depending on how deep my pockets go. Action Man is quite pricey.
That's the thing, isn't it?
So,
Yeah, how much does that just a standard blue pants Action Man with the eyes go for? I don't know. What is a good price for them?
At the moment, 35, 40 quid. They
Really?
are, they're pricey. You used to be able to get them dirt cheap,
Yeah.
really, really cheap. But it's gone up a lot in the last year. I think all toy prices have gone up in the last year. Just with a lot of people at home with a lot more spare cash to spend.
Yeah.
But then when everyone goes back to work and has to go, actually properly back to work and can go out drinking and eating.
Yeah, they'll go back to.
I think the prices,
Hopefully.
and I think there'll be a lot of stuff that goes back on the market.
People might start
suddenly
selling
realise-
stuff. Yeah.
I think this is a blip certainly. So
It's like a bubble, isn't it? Like a little.
just like toy collecting is a patient game.
I think it should be.
Yeah.
Can I just thank Dave as well and Dude's Nerdery, because Vintage Toy Rush and Dude was the inspiration for my room right there. So I saw Dave, the way he did all his room up, and then Dude's Nerdery. And if you notice, the colour of my walls is exactly the same colour as Dave's.
That was great. Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So I watched Dave's videos and Dude's Nerderies and completely ripped them both off. So
Yeah, well, hey, nothing's original anymore. Nothing's original, is it?
Oh, wait a minute. I've never had lights or anything. I've always just thrown my stuff on shelves. But when I saw Dave's and Dude's, I thought, bloody hell, that looks so good. Do you know what I mean? So thanks for that. Thanks for the inspiration.
I mean, you can see Dave's there. He's behind his shoulder.
He's
That's
got a
all-
matrix glow, isn't he?
That's all the controls and
Can I-
Yeah,
all
it's got a
the black
matrix
things.
glow there.
What's going on?
Yeah,
Is it
look.
working? What's going
Look
on?
at that.
There we go.
It's like
Oh,
It's not lighting up yet.
Blackpool
Look.
illumination.
Oh, that
Look
looks
at
cool like that.
Oh, there we go. There
Yeah.
we go. A bit of
Yeah.
for Scuba Pete. There we go in the fish
Oh,
tank.
he likes the yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. And you should see Dave's bedroom. Sorry.
What?
Well,
I've seen it, Ted.
mood lighting.
I do like Dudes though. Dude has got Du's lighting is amazing.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
get the lighting in here correct.
I mean, he's
His lighting's awesome.
a one-off, isn't he? Yeah, I've got a light standard 60-watt bulb that comes from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's all I got. I can make mine bright. I've got a dimmer on mine. That's about it.
I might just got on and let's see one off. There you go. Yeah.
So what does Mrs. Toy-Polloi? Does she collect herself, Dave, or does she just put up with yours? Or
No, she doesn't really collect. Apart from shoes and clothes and that sort of stuff. She's not really collecting. There are a few things I have in my room that are things that she used to have as a kid. Things that she'd sort of collect then. But no, she appreciates my collection, and we both.
That's
like
what my wife does.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mrs. Toy-Polloi grew up with things like Pippa, which is a tiny.
Yeah, I remember Pippa.
So not like,
my sister had those.
Yeah,
not as big as Cindy. They're tiny little things. So because she had a few of those growing up, I've got a few now sort of in my collection because I quite like them. They're quite unique things.
They had loads of those.
So I've got, but no, she doesn't. She's not really a collector. She likes clothes, shoes, makeup, that sort of stuff.
exactly the same as mine.
Most.
But she understands why I like this. This stuff, and she thinks that she appreciates my collection, even if she doesn't understand all of it.
My wife's the same. Yeah.
But,
she never understands why I buy it, but she won't stop me from buying it.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Is there something you started which you thought, oh, I wish I hadn't started that project?
Oh, many. And there's things that have taken absolutely years to do. I think the longest project I've probably done is the TIE Fighter wing clips, because I had one of those. I bought one of those like back when I first started collecting again as an adult, so sort of when I was like 21, something like that, 22, and I think it sat on my wall for 20 years before I even bothered. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this. I never start things and sort of. Sometimes I get sent a toy and I sort of feel obliged to fix it. And if I've got no connection to it, I won't enjoy the process as much as I would do if it was something I really, that I know about. Or so some things like that, if they're not something I have that much affinity to. But then, when I started doing G.I. Joe repairs, I'd never collected G.I. Joes. I had 3 G.I. Joe figures as a kid. I had Zartan, I had a Cobra officer thing, and I think I had Firefly. They're the only figures I had. But everyone kept asking me, can you do Joe repairs and that? And so I got sent a load of stuff and I didn't really get it. But then once I started playing with them, and I do call it playing with them, I'm fixing them and playing with them. I really understand why people like them. And now I've got boxes of them because it's like, I get that.
Dave must love them. Let's send them to him.
That's the again lockdown. Yeah. Everybody's been clearing out their lofts, and so who gets all the broken toys? I do. I've had so much stuff arrive here, like boxes of broken things, and it's a bit overwhelming. It just takes me a while to get into it. In fact, another project that Jeremy from Tokyo Toy Bastard gave me. Like, he absolutely loves Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters stuff. And I think on one of our first meetings, he gave me a couple of Ghostbusters figures with broken proton packs. And he goes, can you fix those? Can you do a video on it? And those sat in a bag for 5 years because I just like, he's a friend of mine, and I really wanted to do it, but every time I looked at them, it was just like, I don't know where to start. I don't really care about them. But but actually, when I started working on them, and I bought a whole load more on that, and I started working on them, I really love them. I've got bags of them now because suddenly it clicked with me. Like, I like it, and I worked out a way to fix the proton pack, and I worked out a way to make new beams and that. And in the meantime, I bought more figures, so I started fixing those up, and it's like it sort of really clicked with me. In fact, on the floor here, I have this, which is. Was a very smashed up Ecto-1.
Oh wow!
Someone, I wish I could remember.
Sorry,
I now keep quite good notes of who sends me what, but this was probably sent to me about 6 years ago, and I think someone had stood on it, so it was completely smashed in. All like the whole of the top was smashed in.
Wow.
And that sat in my loft until I started doing these Ghostbusters fixes. And I just thought I'm gonna repair it. So it's not finished yet. You can see I'm sort of working through it, but all of the back was smashed up. So all of this has been made out of styrene. I've remade all of these pieces.
Styrene king.
Unbelievable. I've just ordered the reproduction one of those. It comes in August.
Yeah, you've got to wait. See, I've got one already.
Yeah.
It just takes, for me, there are things I don't, when I start, I don't enjoy doing them, but at some point it will click with me. And that's the thing. It's that clicking of, like when I started the channel, I didn't have any action men. As a kid, I had loads and loads of action men, and then just, got rid of them. And a friend of mine sent me 2 action men that he got spare to fix up. And as soon as I got them again, as soon as I had them in my hand, it was that instant, oh my God, these are so amazing. I remember playing with them as a kid, and I fixed the 2 up, and I got 2 outfits for them. And sort of said to myself, that's it, I'm not buying anymore. To my right here, there's about 45 of them now.
Oh my God.
Because it's sort of suddenly, I will slowly turn this around. I think you possibly will be able to see a wall of action.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that, Dave.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, my
was
Lord.
Wow.
You got the Space Ranger. Oh, love the Space Ranger.
It was that, those 2 figures that I was sent started as a sort of an avalanche of, blimey, I really like those, and I really love them a lot.
Hello.
And back to the original question. Yes, some things I regret starting, but actually there's always a tipping point of that regret goes into, I love it, and it just sort of can snowball quite quickly. To a horrendous collection like this that you just.
You've got me. I saw the one the other day, so he's a bit grubby. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he came out amazing when you cleaned him, Dave. It was amazing what you just retouched him up. It was amazing.
All of these things, it's like that. I'd never worked on vinyl toys before, but you know things. Dave, you all have the same thing. There are things that will work.
Yeah.
There are things that you will work. So if you get a new toy and you try the stuff works, some of it doesn't, but on the whole, if you fix something similar before, the process is sort of going to be about the same. So you just you just go for these things. But I find
Action Man is a highly addictive line to collect. Really is.
Yeah, it really is. And at the moment, I'm really into the space stuff, and I've been. I can show you. This will link into your Bionic theme as well, because down here I have the Solar Hurricane, which is a
look at that.
Based on the,
God, I
the
remember
Bionic
that.
Man.
That was awesome.
Was it like the space mission vehicle or something? Isn't it? So this is one. This was a sort of grail toy of mine. Back to an earlier question.
Yeah.
I had this as a kid, and I really wanted one. They're pretty hard to sort of find these days with all the bits. And this isn't all original. These pods are sort of the wrong pods, but modified. I made the nose cone because I still can't find an original nose cone, and I've just made the proton pack to go in the back of it, or I think it's the neutron destruct pack. It's called. But
you forget how big that thing was. Look at the size of it.
It's like a dustbuster. It's massive.
Oh.
This was a grail piece for me to get, and I've actually been lucky enough in the last few months to chat to one of the guys who worked on it originally, and it's really nice to be able to chat to the original.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Because it sort of it brings a connection to the toy as well, and because you learn more about its history and why it looks like it did. And actually, it wasn't supposed to look like that. They had other plans for it, but again, money and costs, and that's why it looks like it does. But it's a fascinating toy, and it's a fascinating thing to repair.
That's with a lot of Palatoy stuff. It always didn't, they always sort of cut back on stuff, didn't they? You always think it would look amazing, and then the Action Force stuff.
I think
Right, Johnny.
the limits in making toys like that, and the fact they had to reuse things and sort of repurpose stuff, actually makes them better. They're cleverer things because they have their limited idea, limited, costs and that. I like that sort of creativity of it's the same thing, but in a different color. But it's a completely different thing. Action Men, there's so much reuse across Action Man, but it doesn't matter. They look amazing. I love that creativity, the old school creativity. I think now they can pretty much do anything really quite easily, modeling and but back then everything was a chore and everything took a long time. So reusing stuff was the best idea. And it was inventive.
No, so brought some geeks. So I'll tell you why Red 5 Designs was turned up. Italia.
Oh yeah. I think we're going to get a lot of people have decided to watch the football.
Well, Johnny's going to do it, isn't he?
Yeah, Johnny.
So, today.
Wake up tomorrow and it'll be like, bloody hell, we've had loads of people on the catch up.
Catching up.
Yeah. Put your feet up and catch up, isn't it?
We're not changing the day. We're always sticking to Fridays. We're not changing.
Yeah. We're having a day off in a couple of weeks. We might shift it to a Thursday or a
day off. Yeah,
a Monday. Yeah, we have a day off.
Yeah.
We don't have to do
especially though England's playing the football. I guess we will do that.
Yeah, we might. It just
we have to, don't England versus Scotland. We have to, don't we? Can't do a dream then.
We might. Might be me and Matt just talking about strawberries and sour cream and tennis.
Mega Drive.
Mega Drive. Yeah. So I'm of course I'm gonna watch England play. So
we could live stream us playing on a Mega Drive. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do, couldn't we? Yeah.
You just live stream the match, commentate on the match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's kicked the ball to him. He's kicked to that Blake.
Yeah.
He's kicked the ball to that Blake. I don't know who he is. There's another Blake over there. He's kicked it to.
Yeah.
Some Blake's fallen over because he's tripped over a blade of grass and he's crying. Yeah.
Someone explain Iconicon to me. What actually is Iconicon?
It's an Onomicon sort of thing because no one can do proper sort of shows this year. The guys from Retro Blasting and Analog Toys and 2 Cent Toys, I think it is, have arranged for sort of, I think it's 5 days, beginning of July, where over those 5 days they're doing various live streaming events and people are making videos specifically for it. There's all sorts of things going on. I'm taking part in at least 5 live streams. I know.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Practice for you.
You're going to be streamed out, Dave. Streamed out.
I think Jody's doing some as well, and I think Dean from All Thing 80s.
Dave, you will welcome to Toy-Polloi.
I think
there's a toy.
I'm going to fix this.
They're doing all sorts of topics. It's all 80s themed, so everyone's
movies as well, isn't it?
I have a specific video on an 80s toy. I could show you, but I'm not going to because you have to wait till then.
Yeah, don't do it. Iconicon,
Yeah.
And then the panels are about all sorts of things. I think I'm on one panel talking about Argos catalogs, the classic.
All right.
I'm well for that one. Yeah.
There's another. I think there's one of the live streams is what they're calling the Toy Trinity, which is me, Analog Toys, and Retro Blasting all chatting together because apparently that's something
that was a good one. Yeah.
People want to see.
Absolutely.
So we're doing that one. There's a few others. I'm doing one with Jeremy from Tokyo Toy Bastard about Japanese toys of the 80s.
Awesome.
It's all sorts, but it goes on. Yeah, it's 5 days worth of stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a mixture of live streams and people are doing videos specifically for it across a whole load of channels. So it's a good way of some smaller channels getting some.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. No,
and it's going to be on Facebook, on YouTube, on all platforms, is it, Dave?
I think it's all on YouTube, but there are Facebook pages running at the moment. There's a Twitter account for it and a Facebook and definitely an Instagram account. Anyway, with it all. So go, check in on those. Yeah. So there's a website as well, which gives you a list of all the people who are.
Yeah, I'm on the Facebook group of it. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Jody sent it, didn't he? So I'll have to have a look. That's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it should be really good fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is a bit of a practice for me because I don't do a lot of.
No.
I don't show my face a lot. So for 5
Oh, you
days,
can be as professional as me, Matt and Tez then one day. You know what I mean?
I had to wait because when I was filing through your videos to make the trailer, Dave, I was like, where does he show his? I'm sure I've seen his face in one. It was like that, and then I found the Darth Vader one.
Yeah, I do occasionally sort of do stuff, but I'm not really. I want my channel to be about the toys and what I'm fixing.
Yeah.
I don't feel I have a face for TV. It's not really about me. My hands are the important thing. If you can see my hands, that's it. These are the $1 million hands or something. But
an X-hand model.
Yeah, and it also means that if I go to toy fairs, not many people recognise me, and I can still get good bargains. But
Yeah.
How much is it, man? £500. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hang on. I recognise those hands. I've seen those hands.
Yeah.
I did have one toy fair I went to, and I was chatting to one of the stall holders about a thing. I was trying to buy something, and some guy next to me waited until I bought it, and he goes, "Are you Toy-Polloi?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I am." He goes, "I recognise your voice." So he didn't know.
No way.
Know what I looked like.
Yeah.
But he
I recognise. Yeah.
So,
well, I got down the road. There's like a cheapy shop called Biology, and I've been doing the stream for about 6 months, and then there was a guy in the queue looking at me, and I was looking at that, and I went outside. And he tapped me on the shoulder. That's not social distancing. And it was like, "Are you that Rowlands from the Pally Boys?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I've been recognised!"
And then he smacked him straight in the face.
You're the worst one. Yeah, it was mad. It was a mad experience. It's like,
that must be weird. That must be really weird.
Really weird.
It is funny when people recognise you. I've only had it a few times, only at toy fairs. People come up and know who I am. But my postman made me laugh the other day because he said that in the sorting office they know Toy-Polloi, and they always shout out when a Toy-Polloi package is there because they know to give it to us.
Is that? Yeah. Oh wow.
So I've got a little bit of fame down at the post office, and they've all looked me up as well because of the name. They all look me up on YouTube, so they've been watching the videos down there.
Oh,
that's awesome. Isn't it? Here he is. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Just want to say hello to Slime Bucket Production.
Nice Slime Bucket.
I was he's quite a new YouTuber.
Yeah, I subscribed. Yeah,
we gave him a big boost yesterday, a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the gentleman you put up on Twitter that got you to a certain amount. Oh, right, I'll subscribe. Yep.
Yeah. He was
smaller YouTubers. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the first. He was 500. He was my 500th subscriber. So
brilliant.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
I'm looking him up now, and I'm going to give him a subscribe. So there you go. He's got one extra for him. So
there we go.
There you go, Slime Bucket.
There we go. Steve said it was good to come on here. There we go.
I just want to quickly say, don't forget, I've got my 700. And so I should be doing away the giveaway the weekend. So everyone who subscribes to me, will be getting one of these things or one of these. Oh, so there you go. So I should be doing it the weekend, hopefully. So someone will win something.
cracking giveaways.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him. He's gone all gibbery.
I've gone gibbery.
Oh, show him again, Matt. Show him again.
Oh, I've gone a bit funny, have I?
Yeah, you went. There we go. I think I went on a big screen. There we go.
Yeah. If you want to win something, make sure you subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
And I guess I've hit 500, so I'll be.
Give
away.
You hit as well, Dave. Dave's just gone over 500.
Yeah, 500.
We're in the 500 club now on our channel.
So
watch out, Toy-Polloi, we're coming.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Onwards and upwards. The early milestones are the best milestones. It's
fun. It is fun. It's like I think most of us, especially me, I will speak for myself. I got into this just for the fun of it, but it is nice to see people are watching you you know what I mean, and you see it grow. It's good fun.
You get to see the same people watching you and messaging. Yeah. You get a lot of these people sort of saying,
the link, Dave.
You get loads of people when you comment or you say Dave, you get people and they all know you, but you don't know
Yeah.
Like, yeah, oh, thank you. Sometimes it's a bit weird. So
Yeah.
I think it's all about chatting with people. I see all the comments going across the bottom that I haven't been able to sort of respond to. So I say to anyone who's commented here who wants to, just send me a message and I'll sort of respond personally. It may take me a while, but always send me a message.
That's nice of you, Pat.
I try to respond to people because I can see there's been a lot of people commenting that we've had to sort of pass by.
I know there's quite a few questions which it's got slid by, but it's because so many.
We dreaded getting more. 60 people is what our sort of which we usually get to watch. It's so scary.
I think the thing that the more you get viewing, the harder it is to sort of keep a track of what.
Oh yeah.
It must be.
But as I say, if anyone wants to chat with me or send me a question, just do, and I will endeavour to respond to everybody. So it's
that's nice.
Thank you,
I've just put a Jody sent me. I've just put in the chat. I've put a link for the Iconicon, and I think that goes to the Facebook page or the website. So
that goes to the website, and there'll be links there to everything else. So it runs from the 7th to the 11th, I think, of July. So. It's US time based, although I think some things are. It's going throughout the day. I know some of the live streams I'm on are early in the morning, and some are sort of late in the afternoon. So I think it goes all through the time. So I think there'll be something for most people to watch, and
that's awesome.
Awesome, amazing. That's amazing the amount of content that's going to be produced for that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it should be fun. There's a lot of good sort of YouTubers involved, and a lot of small YouTubers, but I think they all have their own niches, and that's what's nice. It will be a very varied mix of everything.
So it's not going to be the same thing. It's all different. People are bringing different things to it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I have to say, I'm really looking forward to the one with me, Tony, and Michael from Retro Boston.
Yeah, I bet.
I've never actually spoken to them in person. We sort of chat.
I thought you had done.
No, we chat. We chat in messages and stuff and discuss ideas. But I've never chatted to either of them actually in person. It's just never.
Wow.
It's never sort of
first time.
So
It would be very interesting.
Yeah, because you do those the pocket money memories, don't you, as well? They're
all.
A
lot of people love them, and I think a lot of people want them to come back. I did 10 of those.
Yeah,
and they're surprisingly hard work to do because getting people. I know Dave took part in one, didn't you?
No, I haven't done it.
You didn't.
Luke,
no, I haven't done one.
Yeah, I think it's Luke.
Maybe I should start them up again. They were a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
There are a lot of work to do because getting enough people to send in stories, and also sending stories that are short enough to sort of put together, because a lot of people like myself waffle on, and so when you say I want 2 minutes of you talking about a toy, and you end up with like a 20-minute video, it's like, oh, okay, exactly. So I would then have to edit these things down to a sort of a manageable sort of level. So what I thought would actually be a quite quick project, like most of the videos took so long to make and so long to organize that I just sort of gave up on them. But I know people do love them, and there were some really great stories in there, and really, really nice. And I was very sadly, one of the guys who took part in it, a guy called Ivan, who was he collected GI Joes, passed away just before Christmas, which is really sad because he was such a character. He dressed up as Major Blood and did his little.
No way! Brilliant.
And then he did a little video a few weeks later because he bought one of my T-shirts. I have a Teespring store where you can buy, Toy-Polloi T-shirts, and he did a little sort of promo video wearing my T-shirt.
That's awesome.
It was so funny, but someone messaged me a few weeks back to say he passed away, which is really sad because it's always sad when he was similar age to us, so not an old.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a shame, but I hope you'll come back and visit us, though, Dave. I hope you'll come on again.
Yeah, as I say, I don't do these things often. A lot of people ask me to be on live streams, and I generally say no. So
no, I was shocked. I was
quite honoured.
I was shocked. Like, no way, I've got Dave Toy-Polloi. What? Is he?
Hey, Dave, will you come on? Yes. What?
Yeah, what?
I said to the guys, I'm going to message Toy-Polloi because I've always wanted to do on speak to you, and they go for it. And I was like, you replied. I was like, blooming hell.
I know.
Yeah, I must have been in a good. I must have been in a good mood that morning. So I don't know. Yeah, I can't say I do that many. The only other one I did was for Tom Pizarro, who's another.
Tom Pizarro,
yeah, we know who he is.
Tom's great. Yeah.
He sort of when he started up his channel, I think I bought some things off him before he was asking me. So I think I pushed him into doing a YouTube channel. So we've sort of been friends for that time. But again, I'd never spoken to Tom until the live stream. We'd sort of chatted via
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen like fairs and stuff. So fairs.
Yeah.
That's Tom.
Yeah, I bought. I think I can't remember how I sort of found him. I think I saw him selling some stuff. I bought a load of. I bought some New Adventures of He-Man ships off him, the Terrapod and some other thing. Oh, I bought this off him.
Click on it.
Ooh. I bought the Doomcopter off him.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah.
Look at that!
It's the weirdest He-Man toy, but you have to put a very specific figure in it because there's one New Adventures figure that has an eyeball for a head. I don't know if I can sort of angle.
Oh,
it.
I've got it.
Oh, the eyeball.
So you can have one big eyeball in there. Look it out.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I've never.
Have you not?
No, I've never seen it.
That's
It's
awesome.
a weird. It glows in the dark. The skull glows in the dark. It's a really lovely toy.
Oh, that would scare me at night. That would scare me at night.
I think you can.
That's
you can,
awesome.
Cheers, Jason.
I can't remember how you do it, but you can. I think you wind this helicopter blade up and it flies off.
And it flies off like the zips.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a lot of weird vehicles came out for that range, wasn't it? The New Adventures.
Yeah.
It's that weird walking thing.
Yeah, the Terrapod, that's the other one I bought off him. But this one I'd always wanted just because it's so weird. And it's just such a strange thing with this sort of little mouth that you can do that. So I bought that with Tom, and I think that sort of started up our friendship with, weird toys.
It's funny how like someone can send you something and then it's like you feel like you've right, you're my mate for life now. You're my mate for life now.
Certainly, with a lot of my toys, they have a story to them now, or they are here for a reason because someone gave them to me, or I swapped them with someone, or I bought them off someone. So they have, for me, a story to them, and that is nice. It's sort of an extra level.
You're exactly right. It's right behind it.
That's weird.
There's gifts from everybody. So not only is it a display, it's also memories of what people have done, where you were.
There's things I can't get rid of. Even if they're not
exactly.
that I collect, I can't get rid of them because it was given to me by a specific person. And I've also people have made things for me, which is fantastic. I've got here, if I can get them out. I've got someone. This was I can't remember. Twin Sons Customs made me my own droid.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is just a sort of custom painted R2, but it's for Toy-Polloi, so it's got sort of information about me on the back of it. So that was amazing. That was a really fun one. And then I've got this one, which is my own action figure.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Your Instagram,
repainted.
So this is repainted toys. This is Graham Pierce does it. He does all sorts of things. Actually, he does some really nice. He repaints the Hoth figures to be like the production crew from. Cool. But he made this for me. So it's got it's proper backing card and everything. I look so young on it because this was obviously like these were
when you first started. Yeah.
My hair still had some colour to it.
Silver Fox, amazing. Silver Fox.
These sorts of things I love because it's, to me, they're sort of priceless things. They are the best.
Yeah.
I know I have a few more, but I can't sort of get.
It's like I keep everybody sends a note with a parcel. I've got a little folder. Shabby's got a wooden box.
I've got a treasure chest. And he just brings the world to us, doesn't it? All of us. It doesn't matter if you're a big YouTuber or a small one. For people to take the time out to send you a nice letter and a nice gift, it brings the world, doesn't it?
We never asked for it or anything. It's just it's just such a nice gesture.
I have the same.
Sorry, Dave.
That's right. This is all letters to me from various people. And I mean, I keep everything people send to me.
Oh, that's
if I get a note,
amazing.
I've got more. There's some. I can't remember who did this. Was someone made up a photo of the Imperial, sort of their figures, and I mean, I've just got loads of it because it's, to me, this is actually as important as the toys, because this is people's stories about the toys that they send me.
You can make a
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
It's all about that. And I at the start I was a bit lax on it, and I didn't keep notes of who sent me stuff. So some early things, like I said, like that Ep12, I can't remember. I think I paid for the postage, and some guy sent it to me. I wish I could remember who sent it to me, but I didn't keep notes. Now I'm very good. I write notes of everything, who sends me stuff. But actually, I was doing I've been restoring these 12-inch R2D2s. And again, someone sent me one.
Wow.
I can't remember who it was, because it was about 5 years ago, and I regret.
Hey, that was me. That wasn't. that was me.
So, but it's like, I wish I'd been, more careful at the time. So now I keep a track of everything, what people send me, so I know. But it also means I can't get rid of any of this stuff, because it's all stories and memories. So
that's the thing. I've said it before on our stream. It reminds me of music. There's a certain song that reminds you of a time and a place. Same as these. You look at something, you think, I understand exactly what you mean. Thank you, David.
I was doing some stuff, just more Action Man Space Ranger stuff. I was working out how to make new tabards for it, and there's a guy who does custom Action Man and sort of all sorts of dolls called Gary Anderson. He does amazing stuff, and he keeps posting pictures of it. And out of the blue, he sent me one of his figures, which is this custom. This is a Toy-Polloi action girl, but made into an Action Man Space Ranger.
Wow! All right.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. I really, I don't know what to say when things like this arrive, because it just is so cool. So
proper unique. Yeah.
It's
Barbarella.
Baby Space Ranger.
But he sent it to me because he said that my videos had sort of inspired and helped him with his custom. So it's a lovely, I absolutely love this thing. But it's so nice that the reason it was sent was because I was able to help him with his stuff.
Awesome, amazing.
Yeah.
So everything here, really, apart from the crap I buy for myself, there's stories to it all.
It's proper. Everything's a keeper, isn't it? I think we're all like that. I think, aren't we?
I already need a bigger house. That's the problem. I do need a bigger house.
Yep. We all need that.
Run out of room.
Yeah.
The room I work and filming is like 8 foot by 8 foot, and I mean, it's just, there is absolutely no space in it. I'm surrounded on the floor by stuff. I cleared a little space today just to chat to you guys.
So, Dave, do you think with all this live stream experience, you'll actually do some live streams of your own from your own channel?
No, I can straight away say no. It's not for me. I don't want Toy-Polloi to become that. Toy-Polloi is about fixing toys. That's and although I'm doing this tonight and you're chatting to me and I'm sort of giving you information about me, Toy-Polloi is essentially about the toys and fixing the toys. I'm a side distraction to this sort of stuff. So I don't want to get into, I don't really want to be the personality of Toy-Polloi, if you know what I mean.
It's the Toy-Polloi. Yeah, I mean, it'd be it'd be like a distraction. It's like, you've got to plan one and do one maybe like once a week. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it? Making trailers and stuff and copying.
We do it for the fans. We do it for the fans.
Fans.
You got fans, is it? Fans, Matthew.
We do it for people watch us, don't they? They're fans. Fans. They come and watch us.
I'll leave it
if
you
someone's got
you well, I don't think I would. I think is the general way I think.
There's Chris.
It's late. Well, leave it late. We're 20 minutes.
We were overrun. We better go, didn't we? We're
it's 20 minutes over. So
it's past my bedtime now.
Well, thank you so much, and Dave, both of you. Thanks so much. It's been a great stream. I've loved it. Thank you both.
Thanks everyone coming watching us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on. It's been lovely to chat to you.
Joking, I'll remember this forever. Thanks.
Oh God, yeah.
Thanks for having me on too. I feel very lucky to be on the same stream.
I know. That's what
you're part of the wood, weren't you, Dave?
But we just thought.
As I said earlier on, I'm just a normal chap. Okay, you don't have
just a normal chap.
It's a normal chat.
I just happen to have been doing this
Yeah.
a few years
Bit
longer
longer.
than you, so it's
Yeah.
No, we appreciate it. I mean, for someone who doesn't really do live streams, to come onto
Yeah.
our little show and do what you've done today, thank you.
Yeah,
You've
we
made our
appreciate
night.
it.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Proper
Thanks.
Yeah.
to the
It's
heart.
my
to the
pleasure.
heart.
It's been a joy to chat to you all and
Yeah.
to hear your
Thank
hear
you.
your sides of things. So it's
Yeah.
been
Right.
very enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So we are coming on next week, aren't we? We are.
We'll let you know.
Is it football next week? I don't know.
Yeah, I
We don't
think
know
England play Scotland Friday at 8 o'clock. If they do, good luck with your live stream because I won't be coming.
Oh.
If there's a trailer next week, just look out for a trailer next week. If there is,
Oh, yeah,
you know.
I'll work. Yeah. Okay. Then.
Well, let you know.
And thanks everyone in the chat. Thanks for coming and watching.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thanks for all you new chaps in the chat.
New
Yeah.
guys, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of new names we saw there, and people are subscribing to each other, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our channels are in the link, I guess, aren't they? Tez, all our channels.
Oh, they're in the link in the description.
Yeah, we've got Toy-Polloi, Vintage Toy Rush, Universal Collector, Rowlands Reviews, Mark Shabby Geek.
Mark Shabby Geek. There we go. I've not everybody's names gone off now. I don't know where they went. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'll play out as we do with the
Good night, everyone. Good night.
trailer. So we'll see you next week, maybe. I don't know.
Good night.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.
10 seconds. Roger. 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks good at NASA run. Roger. BCS arm switch is on. Okay, Victor. Landing rocket arm switch is on. Here comes the throttle. Every breaker's in.
Stay on, guys. Stay on. Woohoo! See you next week. Bye.